till. Kindly pass over the matter for the day. Oblige.
Why 2017 matter? Yes, Mr. Council. Why do you want adjournment over 2017 matter?
The engaged council is out of station.
That cannot be a ground. You pay adjournment cost, will adjourn it.
See, the engaged council, I am not the engaged council.
Adjournment cost of 1,000. For not seeking adjournment for not it being not an acceptable reason. Okay, this time we are not putting cost, but keep it in mind. Don't take these casual adjournments.
Right.
Yes. Same answer.
My lord, on the either on 2 or 4, it may be fixed. Item 40.
Firstly, you take adjournment and also a fixed date. Both are not available. If it is adjourned, it is gone.
My
Whenever registered, will list it.
My lord, after
If you have urgency, you argue today.
lordship, after some time, that means after some time I will be
Sorry,
after some time, lordship, I will go lordship.
after some time.
Yes, lordship, due to some unavoidable circumstances.
There's nothing called unavoidable circumstances. If you just take your file, open it the evening before, read it and come to the court. Rest will help you. But please don't make this kind of prayers. Henceforth, we are going to impose cost.
Item
40. Yeah,
Date नहीं दी वो.
oblige, lordship.
Daily list for motion item 1.
Yeah, please, your lordship. Lordship, item 1 and 2 may be passed over for time being, lordship.
Okay.
Deeply obliged.
2 we are yet to call. We have
Item
called
2.
only item 1. We have not called item 2.
same council lordship.
Maybe. That doesn't mean any advance booking kind of facilities available in the court.
I apologize, lordship.
Item 2 mat off.
Item 2.
Make a
This matter also may kindly
okay.
pass.
Follow the procedure, not this way.
Lordship, deeply obliged.
Item 3.
Yes, ma'am.
May I please your lordship? Lordship, the petitioner is aggrieved by the order 17/11/2022. It's in fetch number 24. Annexure B. Passed by the Foreigner Tribunal Barpeta. Relevant portion is in fetch number 29. Kindly, we can move fetch para number 6. So, lordship may issue notice call for LCR. If not,
We may not, we may dismiss it today also.
remand back the matter to the
No, we may dismiss the matter also. If there is no merit, there is not a regulation method that it will be sent back. We may dismiss it also.
kindly remand back the matter to the Foreigner Tribunal.
No, there is no rule as such that once a writ is filed, matter has to be remanded back. We'll have to give our reasons why we remand it back. So please argue on the merits of the matter.
Lordship, we have
See, we
filed,
can't pass a one-line order on the prayer of so-and-so matter remanded back. We have to give our own reasons why we remand it back. And to give the reasons, we have to hear you on the merit of the matter.
is
Zahira Khatun, who is the father of Zahira Khatun?
Jogol Abdin.
So where does his name appear?
Sorry, Lordship,
In which document the name of the father of the petitioner appears?
voter lists.
His number.
We have filed the affidavit in opposition, page number
They
36.
may have filed many things. In which page number, which document, the name of the father of the petitioner appears?
Page number 36, 42, and 48 in the voter list.
36. Okay.
Annexure 1, 2, and 3. Can I just see something?
32 is some additional affidavit.
Yes.
Affidavit is your own affidavit. You go through your file for some time. Give us only two information. In which document, which voters list, in which material, the name of the father of the petitioner appears. Okay?
Your Lordship.
Which page, by which document, the name of the father appears, and in which page will I find that document? So that we can examine whether the father himself is a citizen or not. Once you establish that, you show by which document we can conclude that this petitioner is the daughter of that man. Read, we'll take up after some time.
Like,
Item 4.
May it please your lordship. My lord, lordship, may kindly peruse the order dated 27/3/2023, my lord. Your lordship, now to produce some material, my lord. And accordingly, we have filed an affidavit, my lord, bringing the affidavit filed by the step sister and also brother of the petitioner, my lord. Regarding the
You-
father-
We are required to produce any material
Lordship.
that Muhammad Ali
Yes, my lord.
referred in the birth certificate, and the person whom you claim to be a father, they are the same person.
Yes.
Show the document.
So that we have filed an affidavit, my lord.
Affidavit. Which page?
Affidavit, lordship. And this Fatima Nagrum has shown affidavit stating that his
Fatima Nagrum. Fatima Nagrum is
step brother of the petitioner.
Fatima Nagrum is not the stepbrother. Fatima
Step-sister.
Nagrum is the
Step sister, madam.
okay stepsister,
Ah.
and petitioner is Samin Ali.
that one was getting bored with it.
Yes, that Fatima Nagrum says,
Yes, Lordship.
if you come to page 133,
133. I don't have 132, I have only 132.
Burma, we have a continuous running page number.
Please, Lord.
So all documents that I added later on,
I-
the presentations are added to it.
Yes, Lordship.
So you also mark your documents as per,
Copy of the affidavit, Lordship. I just got it.
okay, you
to my
don't
phone.
have it. Give a copy to her.
I got it from her just now.
No, she is also entitled to a copy.
They must have served, maybe it's not in the file.
I'll supply, madam.
Maybe internal page about 3 or 4.
I have a copy. Lordship. A note she states that.
Fatima says that her mother, Sketsidora Nongrum, and her father is Muhammad Ali.
Yes, yes.
She also says Muhammad Ali has another wife,
Yeah.
namely Sulema Begum, who is residing in village Amgaon. And she testifies that her father Muhammad Ali and the Muhammad Ali claimed by the petitioner is the same person.
My lord, one of the brother, step brother also, my lord, shown affidavit, my lord.
Why are you relying on your stepbrothers? Why don't you, if you are
Because we have
Samin
annexed-
Ali,
annexed another document, my lord.
no, why don't you straight away say that Muhammad Ali is my father and Muhammad Ali is a citizen?
My lord, we have stated, my lord, but Muhammad.
Not
Ali was-
stated, you have to show documents to show it.
My lord, my father was earlier in Meghalaya, my lord.
He may be in Meghalaya,
Lordship.
but do you have any document to show that he is a citizen, Muhammad Ali?
My lord, that's why we have to prove, my lord. Because in Meghalaya, my lord, there is no, my lord, voter list,
Meghalaya has no voters list.
my lord.
But
not
they have
allowed,
election. Recently, there was election there.
my lord.
How can
Because-
there be election without voters list?
Because as per my instruction, my lord, the women's are the, my lord, leading there, my lord.
Sorry,
Women's, in the name of the women, some property or something maybe
in the name of the
woman, my lord,
government.
ladies, my lord.
Maybe their land system is different.
Right.
Every state has their own different land system. But what you are required to prove, you are required to prove, you claim Muhammad Ali is your father.
Yes, my lord,
You prove that Muhammad Ali is a citizen.
lordship. That's why, my lord, we have to examine those.
So even if this, your father Muhammad Ali is also the father of Fatima Nagrom,
Now, my lord.
that doesn't mean he becomes a citizen.
Right.
Still, he may not be a citizen also.
My lord, in this case, my lord, my mother also deposed, my lord, who is 62 years, my lord.
No, mother can depose that you are the son of Muhammad Ali.
Lordship.
To that extent, we accept the evidence of the mother. But how do you know that Muhammad Ali himself is a citizen?
My lord,
Understood the problem?
yes, my lord.
Once you show that X is my father and that X is a citizen, then your citizenship is proved.
My lord, we have annexed some bank document also in this statement.
Let us, which page?
Lordship, will you kindly see page 59, my lord.
Page 59.
Yes. It's the year of 1968, my lord. It is written in short, my lord. Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, it's okay, Muhammad Ali, we accept it. But which Muhammad Ali? Had it been so that there is only one Muhammad Ali in this world, that is okay. But there may be many number of Muhammad Ali. So how do you know that your father Muhammad Ali and this bank holder Muhammad Ali, they are the same person?
My lord, in
Your
Assam,
father didn't have any voters list anywhere. He never voted.
1985, since 1985.
85, and that will not be sufficient. It has to be before 1971. You
Uh,
produce any document of his prior to 1971 that Muhammad Ali existed in Assam as on that day.
This bank statement, my lord,
But I don't know who is this Muhammad Ali.
that's why, my lord. We found only bank statement, my lord. We
And
have all this
understand.
bank
Bank
statement.
statement cannot have a short name, lordship. It will always have the full name.
No, this is a certificate by the manager.
Yes.
Manager may be a lazy person. He did not bother to write a full name.
Yes, lordship.
But anyway, this document will not show that Muhammad Ali existed in Assam prior to 1971.
My lord, in this case, my lord, two, my lord, neighbor people, aged about 50 or 56, like my lord, they also deposed, my lord.
That,
They also, my lord.
what did they
deposed-
depose?
They stated they know both,
They know Muhammad Ali, but how can they testify that Muhammad Ali is a citizen of India? Citizenship always has to be on the basis of a declaration by an appropriate authority
lordship.
or by any acceptable document which will show his existence prior to that cutoff date.
So my lord, this, my lord, step, sister and
Your stepsister also cannot declare that her father is a citizen. Have you understood the problem?
understood, my lord, but we have searched, my lord,
But then the law will be against you if you cannot produce anything. Your stepsister can testify that you are also the son of Muhammad Ali.
lordship.
She can't do anything beyond that. We accept Muhammad Ali is your father. But which document material will show that Muhammad Ali himself is a citizen?
Regarding existence, my lord, this bank statement and
You are repeating now,
Lordship.
so let us close it for the day.
Will-
Petitioner seeks to establish that Muhammad Ali of which village?
My lord, now it's the village. We come to only, my lord.
Where does Muhammad Ali live?
Where is the?
Don't know.
My lord, it's a Muhammad Ali resident of Amgaon.
Muhammad Ali, resident of Amgaon, is his father. Even if it is accepted that Muhammad Ali of Amgaon is the father of the petitioner, petitioner would have to further prove that Muhammad Ali himself is a citizen. Any relevant document which may show that Muhammad Ali of Amgaon is a citizen may be produced, this after 2 weeks.
Item 5,
He resides in Amgaon. He was doing business in Lakhtakia.
Sorry,
Lordship, he resides in Amgaon. He was doing business in Lakhtakia in Guwahati. And mother's voters list starts from 2005.
understand.
It's all.
So these documents
the
are,
link.
we are
link
not
is
drawing
missing.
any presumption, but these documents are insufficient to show that.
His
he's a
father was a
citizen.
citizen.
To produce any relevant credible document which
His,
will show that your father is a citizen.
66 voters list. No, he cannot be in Meghalaya because he was here, Lordship, when he married his mother. He says the 66 voters list of his father ought to be here, Lordship.
Sorry,
The 66 voters list of his father. If going by the age of the mother and the sons, it ought to be in Assam, not in Meghalaya, Lordship.
understand.
He says he was in Meghalaya, so he has no voters list.
No, this man may be shuttling between
He may be
Meghalaya and
shuttling,
Assam.
but-
Meghalaya, he has one family, in
wife-
Assam, he has another
Lordship,
family.
his wife's name is there in the voters list with the children, but not with the husband. How can that be, Lordship?
Find
I'll try.
out anything, or otherwise we'll have to go against you.
Lordship.
2 weeks, Lordship.
May it please, Lordship.
Right.
My lord.
Who is the
My
father
lord,
of
in
Rahim
this
Ali?
case,
Hmm.
the learned tribunal opined that
Yeah, let it opine. Who is the father of Muhammad?
father of
Father of Rahim Ali.
Rahim Ali is Habezuddin,
Page number
page number 21, my lord.
21. And
1966.
now which
voter list.
document will show Rahim is the son of Habez?
Gambura certificate is there, my lord. And Gambura also adduced
Where is the evidence of Gambura?
Gambura's evidence, my lord, at page 78, my lord.
78.
My lord, in middle portion of the statement,
Gambura is 30 years
30
old.
years, Lordship.
my lord.
It was 50 years, Lordship.
The DW3 Rafiqul Islam, Gambura of village Digirpam, to file an affidavit stating his source of knowledge from where he came to know that Rahim Ali earlier was residing in village Digirpar,
It is, my lord,
and that his father's name is Habezuddin. Let the Gambura file. A copy of this order be provided to the Learned Council. Gambura will be by revenue.
Revenue, Lordship. Revenue, Lordship.
A copy of this order be
PNRD.
provided to MST Burma, Learned Council for the Home Department, as well as to the Learned Council for the Revenue Department,
My friend says it's PNRD.
PNRD. Gambura is PNRD. No,
Oh, my-
I think your friend is wrong.
He says government will. Gambura card. Revenue, Lordship. I
Has
am
to be
also
revenue.
confused.
How can it be PNRD?
My friend suggested, Lordship.
Your suggestions are not always acceptable.
Lordship, a copy may be.
We give a copy, 2 copies be provided, and So it's to enable the land council to forward one copy to the land council for the revenue department to
My lord,
enable the Gambura to file the affidavit.
My lord,
After 2 weeks.
may I allow to some correction, my lord, one little correction, my lord.
Yes.
Obliged.
Item 6,
2 weeks, lordship.
You give it to the revenue council,
Sorry, my lord,
any of the council for the revenue.
my lord, in earlier, there is two Gauras.
No.
Two Gauras, my lord, one from original village and subsequent adjacent village.
You mean the where she got married?
Yes,
Rahim Ali got married. He is married off somewhere.
and
That
no. Rohim Ali
Yes.
married, my lord. The original.
So after marriage, he was taken to the in-laws house or what? No, we'll hear next day.
Obliged.
Lordship, in this
May I please, Your
matter,
Lordship?
we were asked to do an inquiry and
Hmm.
that report has come, Lordship.
So whether Fanaruddin Sheikh, son of what are these, Fanaruddin, son of Ibrahim Ali, they are one in the same person.
But attack of this- maybe online, I think the copy to clear, sir. After verification, Lordship, it was found to be correct.
Correct.
Yes, Lordship.
So we pass the order.
Yes, Lordship may go through the instructions. The circle officer himself has conducted the inquiry, Lordship.
You are relying on some Jamabandi and
Yes,
as
my
well as some voters list.
Voter list.
Where
of
is the 66 voters list?
Yes, my lord, 1966 voter list at page 14, my lord,
14.
and 1970 voter list at
The Bhavapur village, 66. Fanaruddin Sheikh, he is the father.
yes, my lord,
And where is the Jamabandi?
Jamabandi at page, my lord, 26, my lord.
26.
Yes, my lord. And
Fanaruddin, son of Ibrahim, his name has been struck off in place of Fanaruddin, the names of
serial number 20,
Rahela. Who is the petitioner? Rahela.
serial number 20, my lord.
What do we do? We declare the person. No point in sending because verification is already done.
So Lordship may, along with this verification, send it back and let the tribunal also know that the exercise.
Where is the
Lordship
where is the
taken.
requirement?
Not the requirement, at least they will also know
No,
that
it's
this is
not,
another.
we don't have to inform the tribunal.
Lordship.
No,
may
if it is what we are saying, if there is some further requirement to be decided or gone into or examined or verified, we are ready to send it back.
Now. it
But
is
if there
clear.
is no further requirement, only to complete the formality, we can also do it here itself. But if you feel that something more has to be decided, then definitely we'll send it back.
Nothing more, because Lordship has gone to the extreme of getting the inquiry done and getting it verified.
So we accept the inquiry and
The
and, close
result is
this.
before this court.
And we close this, declare it.
Yes, Lordship.
We ask a copy of this order to be provided to the. Only for the purpose of procedure, we can ask a copy of this order to be also provided to the tribunal. So that
That
they can.
procedure is that whatever findings are here, it's always sent back, remanded back for the tribunal to pass the opinion.
No, we are following a very definite procedure. After arriving at some satisfaction that this person
Lordship
may
has
be a
taken that
citizen,
view. Yes, Lordship.
but there is some further requirement either to be verified or examined or decided, we send it back. When it is a clear cut that nothing further is required to be decided, why we
Lordship is
put
taking-
the extra burden again to go back to the tribunal? We decided here only, if the materials are sufficient. And if the materials are absolutely insufficient, we dismiss. These are the three options before us. Heard Mr. D.P. Bora, led counsel for the petitioners. The petitioner Rahela Bewa wife of Abdul Hussain had been referred to the Foreigners Tribunal number 4, Dorong Mongoldoi, for rendering an opinion as to whether he is a person who entered the state of Assam on or after 25 May 1971, resulting in registration of FT case number 5690/2011, with reference to IMDT case number 7994/1998. The tribunal rendered an opinion dated 31/2023, declaring the petitioner to be a foreigner. Being aggrieved, this writ petition is instituted. In the writ proceeding, the petitioner relies on the voters list of 1966 of village Bhavapur in the Mongoldoi subdivision of Dorong district, which contains the name of Fanaruddin Sheikh, son of Ibrahim, at serial 60, and that of Sahebani Bibi, wife of Sahebani. Who is Sahebani? Wife of Ibrahim.
Yes, my lord.
Wife of Ibrahim, and Harmani Nesa, wife of Fanaruddin, at serial number 61 and 62 respectively. The voters list of 1970 of village Bhavapur also contains the same information. Petitioner relies on a Jamabandi of in respect of a plot of land in village. Which village?
Holy bill, my lord.
Poltholi Bill.
Yes, my lord.
Poltholi Bill, wherein, as per the order of the circle officer dated 25/7/2022, there is a mutation of the land by deleting the name of Fanaruddin, son of Ibrahim, and in his place, amongst others, mutated in favor of Rahela Bewa, daughter of Fanaruddin. The petitioner accordingly claimed that she had discharged her burden under Section 9 of the Foreigners Act 1946, that she is a citizen. In order to get the claim verified, we required the verified, by an earlier order of 10/4/2023, we required the Superintendent of Police Border Durham to make an inquiry as to whether Fanaruddin Sheikh, son of Ibrahim, at serial 60 of the voters list of 1966 of village Bhavapur, and Fanaruddin, son of Ibrahim, of the Jamabandi, annexed as Annexure 1F, page 26 to the writ petition, are one and the same. The Superintendent of Police Border, after making the necessary inquiry, have submitted a report before the court dated 25/4/2023 that Fanaruddin Sheikh, son of Ibrahim, at serial 60 of the voters list of 1966 of village Bhavapur, and Fanaruddin, son of Ibrahim, of the Jamabandi, annexed as Annexure 1F, page 26 of the writ petition, are one and the same person. As the Fanaruddin of 1966 voters list and Fanaruddin of the Jamabandi are one and the same person, where the voters list of 1966 establishes that Fanaruddin, son of Ibrahim, himself is a citizen, and the Jamabandi establishes that the petitioner Rahela Bewa is the daughter of Fanaruddin. We are satisfied that the petitioner had discharged the burden under Section 9 of the Foreigners Act, that she is a citizen of India. Accordingly, the petitioner Rahela Bewa is declared to be a citizen, and she would be entitled to all such rights and liberties as may be entitled to a citizen. Writ petition allowed as indicated. The report of the Superintendent of Police Border dated 25/4/2023 is kept on record. should the tribunal be informed about this order? A copy of this order may be provided to the tribunal for information.
We'll send one to the home department.
Sorry,
We'll send one to the political department also. We'll do that, Lordship.
Deeply. Item 7.
My lord, here in this case, the petitioner filed written statement, thereafter he.
Anjana Paul, who is the father of Anjana Paul?
Kedar Chandrapal.
Sorry,
Kedar Chandrapal,
page number,
page number. my
is
lord,
it 16?
14.
16 is 1970, Kedar Chandra, son of Kailash.
Kedar Chandra's name is at page 14 and 16. And Anjana Paul's 7.
Kedar Chandra, son of Kailash, he is the father. Which document will show Kailash Chandra is the father?
Page 18.
Page 18. Is the father petitioner?
Anjana Rani.
Anjana Paul. Anjana Paul name is appears together.
Serial number 352.
85 voters list at page 17.
85 voters list, serial number,
352.
Anjan Rani Pal, that one, Anjana
Yeah,
Rani Pal.
Anjana Rani.
Notice, call for the records.
My lord, it was expired matter.
Not
because-
ex-party, she appeared, she filed
Filed
her witness.
WS, but did not reduce evidence because of the, my lord, I have stated the grounds.
Lordship,
So he will
even
have to
the
have.
grounds
reduce
which are
the-
stated and now the document which is annexed, these documents have been procured only in the year 2022, Lordship. So at this stage, notice may go and LCR may be called for.
Notice, interim order,
Yes, Lordship.
or you want to send it back
Yeah.
for,
And,
ultimately, what will happen? Suppose we hear it after 2-3 years,
My lord, WS
we'll send it back.
with affidavit, stamp photocopy of document is,
No, if it is ex parte, we are not observing anything on merit.
yeah,
You do whatever you do in the tribunal.
Yeah.
Pay a cost of rupees 3,000, go back.
I don't have.
Only, we are only taking note of the ex parte order.
Yeah.
Then we are not going into merit of the matter. Tribunal will go into the merit.
Because I have.
Mr.
This matter is passed, this judgment and opinion is passed on contest, Lordship. It is very clear. This matter has been contested. WS filed after that, nothing adduced, Lordship. Kept silent till date.
So that is almost an ex parte, de facto ex parte.
Yes, Lordship.
Hmm.
If he's willing to pay the cost, he may go back, Lordship.
Heard Mr. S.K. Ghosh, a counsel petitioner. The petitioner Anjana Paul was referred to the Foreigners Tribunal number 4 Silchar for rendering an opinion as to whether she is a person who entered the state of Assam on or after 25/3/1971, resulting in registration FTD case number 2216. The petitioner initially appeared after receiving notice. Petitioner initially appeared before the tribunal, filed a written statement, but thereafter did not appear any further thereafter without any reasonable cause did not appear any further, resulting in the opinion dated 10/10/2017. Being aggrieved, this petition is instituted. In the opinion, although a decision had been rendered on merit declaring the petitioner to be foreigner, but it appears that as because of the non-appearance of the petitioner in the further proceeding, appropriate materials could not be produced. Before the writ court, the petitioner refers to certain materials to show that she is a citizen of India. In view of the in view of the conduct of the petitioner, we do not notice any infirmity in the opinion dated 10/10/2017. But however, for the interest of justice, the petitioner is allowed another opportunity to produce all relevant materials before the tribunal to establish her citizenship and discharge the burden under section 9 of the so-and-so. Accordingly, the judgment and order dated 10/10/2017 is set aside, matter remanded back, petitioner to appear before the tribunal on so-and-so. However, for the conduct of the petitioner, a cost of 3,000 is imposed to be paid before the DLSA Silchar. And after showing proof of the payment of cost, the petitioner to appear before the tribunal.
7 June.
7 June.
My lord, there is no male member, he is maid servant.
Sorry,
She is maid servant, my lord. no male member. Husband died in cancer. That is
So-
why she could not appear at that point period of time.
the husband died of cancer, that's why.
Sir, from 2007.
For the conduct, it is stated that a petitioner could not appear before the tribunal any further because her husband was suffering from cancer and ultimately died. Full stop. The reason for not appearing is accepted.
Yes.
But are you telling the truth?
Yes, yes.
Only daughter.
Because I have not verified, that's why I'm
No,
saying.
I have statement I have
Documents is
given.
just a statement.
I have given.
But sometimes it happens to
You
these
can
people.
always believe. Lordship.
Because if sometimes another more serious problem is there, they tend to forget about the other one.
Yes.
Let them
Much-
take a benefit.
Item 8,
Okay, I guess not like.
Yeah, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
My lord, when
Manjula
petitioner,
Khatun,
my
who is
lord,
the father?
declared foreign was basically on the ground that my lord, he failed to,
No,
Yes,
forget
you
about
can-
that. Who is the father?
my lord, father is my lord, Munna Ali, my lord.
Manaf Ali, page number.
His name was entered in the voter list of my lord, 89, my lord, sorry, 79.
Remember?
But in 66, my lord, grandfather.
Please show one by one. 66, which page?
66, my lord, page
Page-
number, my lord, 35, my lord.
35.
Relevant pages, my lord.
Village, just a minute, village Takimari Grazing Reserve. Lokhipur Tehsil, Gwalpara, 66. And who is Babar Ali? Babar Ali is the
Our grandfather.
grandfather. Very well. Who is the father?
Father is my lord, Munna Ali.
Monda,
Munna Ali, my lord, page 79 voter list, page number 39.
39. 39. Father is page 39.
Munna Ali. 40 relevant page.
Manaf Ali, okay. Which document will show Manaf Ali is the father?
Document is school certificate and GP certificate. School certificate is my lord. that
Has
is,
did you examine the headmaster of the school?
My lord, examine.
Where is the evidence of the headmaster?
Examination my lord, DW3, my lord. Page 71. Page 71.
So admission register is brought.
Yes,
Admission register here, here exhibited. Page 71.
admitted to the same. Now go. Admission register.
What to do? We notice interim or we send it back?
Lordship may send it back, but the connection with the grandfather, Lordship, Manaf Ali is son of late Babar Ali.
Babar
There
Ali
it
is
is
in
only-
66, Munaf Ali son of Babar is in 79 or 85.
24 years.
And the headmaster from the school register says that,
I have,
that this person is a son of Manaf.
yes, Manaf Ali.
What do you do? I think
I
let
think
us,
it-
let it go back.
For the appreciation.
Unnecessary increasing the pendency by issuing notice and resulting in the same order after some time. Let us pitch today itself. Yes, your name?
J Islam.
J?
J Islam.
J Islam. Heard Mr. J Islam right also. What we see, change kora. Next. Yes. Petitioner. The petitioner Manjula Khatun had been referred to the Foreigners Tribunal number 6, Gwalpara, for rendering an opinion as to whether she is a person who entered the state of Assam from the specified territory on or after 25/3/1971, resulting in registration of FT case number FT 61613/GLP/2019. An opinion dated 26/10/2022 had been rendered declaring the petitioner to be a foreigner. Being aggrieved, this writ petition is instituted. In the writ petition, the petitioner relies on the voters list of 1966 of Takimari Grazing Reserve of Moza Lokhipur Tehsil in the Golpara district, which contains the name of Babar Ali, son of Jonu Sheikh, as serial 526. Petitioner thereupon, the name of Babar Ali also appear. The name of Aisa Khatun, wife of Babar Ali, appears in the voters list of 1970 of village Takimari Grazing Reserve. The petitioner also relies on the voters list of 1979 of Takimari Grazing Reserve, which contains the name of Mannaf Ali, son of late Babar, at serial 179. Petitioner claims that Mannaf Ali of the voters list of 1979 of Takimari Grazing Reserve is his father. To substantiate the same, the petitioner relies on the school certificate issued. Where is the school certificate?
Page 47.
Sorry,
School certificate, page 47.
47. School certificate issued by the headmaster of Dhamar High School, Gwalpara, which contains the information that Manjila Khatun is the daughter of Mannaf Ali, whose mother is Rohima Bewa and is an inhabitant . How Rohima becomes Bewa?
My lord, subsequently, my lord, Mannaf Ali, my lord,
No, this certificate will be based on information contained in the school register.
my lord.
School register will contain the information as on the date it was entered. Day it was entered, Rohima could not have been Bewa because Mannaf Ali was alive.
Like,
So that means this is a defective certificate. Certificate cannot improve the situation as on 2017 by writing Rohima to be Bewa. School certificate can only certify as per the information contained in the school admission register. You cannot change that.
my lord, this information may also be, my lord, verified, my lord, by learned tribe.
Maybe
Then we'll not send it back.
notice, Lordship. Lordship, this information is based on the information they have provided to the headmaster,
Register was brought, my lord,
কি বলো?
not on the basis of records, Lordship, it's on the basis of.
But in the transfer certificate of the headmaster Dhamar High School, it is noticed that the petitioner is shown that Manjila Khatun is shown to be the daughter of Mannaf Ali and her mother is Rohima Bewa. Information contained in school certificate would be contemporaneous with the school admission register. Full stop. When the information were entered in the school admission register, Rohima as Mannaf Ali was alive, the mother could not have been described as Rohima Bewa. A copy of the order be provided to the Learned Council of the Education Department, requiring the headmaster of Dhamar High School to produce the school admission register in original before the court, this after 2 weeks. A copy of this order be provided to MSA Verma, Learned Council for the Home Department, to share the order with the Learned Council for the Education Department for doing the needful.
Lordship, even the headmaster may be present because he will have to explain how he.
First,
has-
first let us see the register.
Because the register will only contain what they have stated to him.
Let us first look at it. If the
We can
register
do
is
that.
doubtful, definitely we'll take action after 2 weeks.
my lord, may I pray for some interim, my lord,
Sorry.
may I pray for interim, my lord.
15,
Interim prayer stands rejected as prima facie case could not be made out as of present.
All right.
15 May.
Wait for 2 weeks.
So
No,
just obtain instructions now.
Hmm.
Just
That's only
obtain
for this
instructions.
information.
Obliged.
Have you understood why you passed this order?
My lord.
School certificate will depict the information contained in the admission register. That
Hello,
is a
brother.
document about at least a few decades back. That register cannot enter the name of the mother as Beva.
My lord.
Something may be there, so we have to verify it.
Obliged.
Next.
Item 9.
Yes, Mr. Siddhar, where is he? None appears for a petitioner. List again.
Item 10.
Lordship, our presence may be recorded. None appears means we are also not there, Lordship.
None appears for a petition.
Yes.
Although the line counsel for respondents are present
Thank you, Lordship.
with MSA Verma for the Home Department. And Mr. A Ali for the Election Commission. Next, again, same. Footballer is there. Siddhar, normally he always remains present. Where is he gone today?
Maybe somewhere else in some other court
List again. List it down.
next week.
Item 11 for admission.
In the meantime, if he comes, we'll take it up.
My lord,
Yes, sir.
in this case, my lord, the petitioner has died, my lord.
Petitioner died.
Yes,
What
my
will
lord.
be the implication?
On 21/4.
No, just understand, we accept it. What will be the implication of law? What will be the implication under the law of the petitioner dying?
Petitioner, my lord, is a lady, my lord.
You can close it.
No, petitioner is Charni Das.
Lady.
Sharan Dasi, maybe lady.
Yeah,
Surround the lady.
Amatak 925.
So no one's citizenship will be
Effective.
lineage through this lady.
Yes, Lordship.
So should we
When
close
did- When did she die, Lordship? We can,
21.
he makes a statement, die, why do you doubt it? We accept it, he died.
20.
oh, she died in 2020 only. Matter was not listed for a long time, it seems.
So okay then.
Lordship makes
Mr.
M. Hussain, my lord.
and
M. Hussain.
M. Hussain, land council petitioner, has made a statement before the court that the petitioner Charan Dasi died on
21/4/2020.
20 and 4,
2020.
2020 during the pendency of this writ petition. It is also submitted that no one else citizenship would depend upon the declaration of citizenship as regards petitioner Charan Dasi. In view of the above, writ petition stands closed.
Most of them.
That's yes in back.
12.
Not media lordship, lordship, there is contested case, my lord. Petitioner's father name is recorded in the voter list 1970, my lord, that is
Page
page
number?
number 21.
Page number
21, serial number 21. my lord.
21. Who is he? Name?
Name is, my lord, 41 serial number, Kalamia, my lord. That is
Kalamia is the father,
Father of the petitioner,
son of Wazid.
my lord.
Okay. Now, which document will show
My
Kalamia is
lord,
the father?
it is, my lord, page 30 is the petitioner along with father name is recorded. my
Page
lord.
number
30. Serial number 7, my lord,
30.
30, my lord.
Kalamia. Where is Kalamia? In page 30, where is Kalamia?
Petitioner father's name is somewhere recorded
No,
Abdul Haq,
no.
Abdul Haq and somewhere recorded in the Kalamia, my lord. That is, I am stated in my petitions, my lord.
We are not on explanation. We are on to prove the fact. Prove it.
My lord, petitioner's grandfather name is also recorded in voter list
There will
1960.
be
my lord.
many such people having the same name. You prove it. The petitioner
Lordship, the translated copies which are next are also incomplete, Lordship. At page 20, only 4 names are reflected, whereas 41 is not there.
My lord.
Lordship may.
That we go by the vernacular.
Yes, Lordship.
I know it should have been done correctly. The petitioner relies on the voters list of 1970 of village Sangmaji Mikir Pathar, which contains the name of Kalamia, son of Wazid at serial 41. Petitioner thereupon relies on the voters list of 2005 of village Modartoli, which contains the name of Abdul Haq, son of Wazid Ali, and that of Batleb Ali, son of Abdul Haq. Petitioner claims that Abdul Haq of the 2005 voters list of village Modartoli and Kalamia of the voters list of 1970 of village Sangmaji Mikirgaon are one and the same person. It is noticed that the village is different and the name is also different. Petitioner may produce any relevant material to prove that the two differently named person of two different villages are one and the same person. Petitioner also to show relevant material that Matlab Ali of the voters list of 2005 and Abdul Motlib, who is the writ petitioner, are also one and the same person. This one dated
15.
And in view of the aforesaid the inconsistencies in the claim made, the Superintendent of Police Border may also make a verification and submit a report before the court. A copy of the order to MSP Burma.
Lordship, may I just check from where
Sorry.
the opinion is SP, it will be. Hojai also.
SP which
Hojai.
district? Why not? Hojai. She will say SP Hojai.
Hojai, yes, Lordship.
Item 15.
Lordship. May I please your Lordship? Dear Lordship, I am just, I can impress upon your Lordship. At the outset, page 47, the findings. In the findings, serial number 9, Learned Tribunal,
Mr. Huda,
but was,
we are not sitting on a civil appeal over the judgment.
so for admission, Lordship,
You prove your own case. We allow you to discharge your burden under section 9. Show that you are a citizen.
Yeah.
Who is the father of Sajida Begum?
that I am trying to, that's the impress upon your
Please
Lordship.
come
but I
straight
find-
away to that document,
Yes,
which
yes.
will show the
Then,
father of the father's name.
page 19, Lordship,
Page 19,
yes,
19.
page 19,
Abid Ali to keep going, yeah?
Har Ali. Father,
Page 19, R.
Nine to
Aldi.
13 of those.
Page 19, R. Aldi.
father.
Son of Mahmud.
Yes,
Voters list of 1965. Village Hasorabori. Okay, he is the father.
yes,
Which document will show Farali is the father?
father, Har Ali is the father. And WS I have clarified the position also.
We don't decide cases on the basis of clarification. We decide cases on basis of materials on record. Which document will show
The first-
that Sajida Begum is the daughter of Farali?
Page 25.
Page 25. Gaambura. Was the Gaambura examined?
No, Lordship. That was actually, that is where my prayer was in the petition.
You want to
here.
go back to examine the Gaumura?
If it is so, Lord Lordship, please, it may go back, I will actually
Yes,
exhibit
Madam
the,
Verma.
if necessary, Lordship, please just.
Third, MSS Huda, Land Counsel for the petition also, sorry, Mr. S. Huda, and they also had MSA Verma, Land Counsel for the Home Department, like for DTO. The petitioner Sajida Begum had been referred to the Foreigners Tribunal number. Foreigners Tribunal number 2, Morigao, for rendering an opinion as to whether she is the person who entered the state of Assam from the specified territory on or after 25/3/71, resulting in registration of FT case number FT bracket D 223/2011. Tribunal rendered an opinion dated 9/6/2016 declaring the petitioner to be a foreigner. Being aggrieved, the state petition is instituted. In the writ petition, the petitioner refers to the voters list of 1965 of village Hassorabori, which contains the name of Far Ali, son of Mahmud Hussain, at serial 228. And also the voters list of 1970 of village Hassorabori, which contains the name of Far Ali, son of Mahmud, at serial 2211. Petitioner thereupon relies on a certificate issued by the Gaunbura of Hasbari, wherein it is certified that Sajida Begum is the daughter of the late Far Ali of village Hasbari. But the petitioner failed to examine the Gaunbura before the tribunal, as it is a requirement of law that a certificate of the Gaunbura has also to be fortified by the evidence to be rendered by the Gaunbura. We remand the matter back to the tribunal to enable the petitioner to examine the Gaunbura of Hasbari, who had issued the certificate, which is exhibited as Exhibit Q before the tribunal.
Yes.
Upon the Gaunbura being examined, the state respondent will be at liberty to cross-examine it, which so advised. The Superintendent of Police, Morigao, may also make its own verification on the materials that are being produced by the petitioner to establish the citizenship. Upon doing the needful, reason order be
At
passed.
the same time, I may be actually allowed to actually exhibit some other document like that of land.
Petitioner may produce any other relevant material as may be advised.
Much. Thanks.
Item 16.
November date 7. Next was the second round of litigation. First, it was ex parte came here, went back, the documents produced. All had discrepancies. No, again, we're sending it back, Lodge.
Yes.
Lordship, case 14.
Hmm.
Case 14,
1-4.
66 voter list, Lordship.
1-4. Yes.
Toyam Pokir is my father and
Toyam
Sundaram
Pokir is
is
the
my
father.
mother.
Which document will show? Toyam Pokir is the father.
We have exhibited one link, Panchayat certificate, Lordship, which is exhibit 1, Lordship.
What is the source of knowledge of the panchayat that so and so is the father?
That is case
Does
13.
the panchayat maintain any public record?
The authority was not examined, issuing authority was not examined. Lordship. Case 39. Lordship.
No, other one we allowed because it is a Gaunbura of the same village. So there is a likelihood that the Gaunbura may be knowing.
Yes.
If a man of his village has a
Okay.
daughter and the daughter was married, he may be knowing. But here, what is the proximity of the panchayat man knowing about this information?
Actually, what happened, Lordship, normally a person,
Who is that person who had issued the certificate?
Lordship, case 39 of the record. Lordship.
39.
Case
No,
39 of the
39. Who is he?
secretary and
39.
countersigned by the
39,
block
yeah.
development officer.
16 no, I don't know. 39 of the LCR. To establish that the petitioner is the daughter of Kayam Fakir of village Lohajani, a certificate by the secretary of Baterghat Gaon Panchayat in the Dhubri district is being relied upon by the petitioner. The certificate itself provides that it had been issued on the basis of evidence placed before the secretary to certify that Suratan Bibi is the daughter of Tayam Fakir of village Lohajani. If the certificate is based on evidence produced before the secretary, the same evidence may be placed before this court to examine.
Lordship, I would like to look at another ground of
List on so and so.
Lordship, who will produce the evidence, Lordship?
They produce.
Yes.
Because they produce some evidence,
Yes.
secretary gave a certificate. Instead of going the indirect way, you produce the evidence before us.
Petitioner to produce the evidence placed
Before,
before the
you
government.
produce it before us if it is there. Why do you have to go to the secretary to get an indirect evidence?
2 weeks, Lordship.
You want to say something more?
yes. Lordship, actually, in the reference, Lordship itself stated that he took birth in the year 1966 at Lohajani village. Reference itself, it is mentioned.
But that is not mandatory that they will have to declare you to be 66 only.
Actually, what-
After examination, these are tentative views when a reference is made that this man may not be a citizen, this man may be a person between 66, 71, and it is referred. The decision of the tribunal is what is the final view.
yes, Lordship.
So if you take that stand today that I am referred for a 66, 71,
yes,
but declared to be post 71,
yes.
then tomorrow, or basis on the reference, we will also dismiss your case. Then why do we allow your case? If the reference is so binding, then why do we allow your cases in many other writ petitions? We'll dismiss everything. We'll say that the reference is post 71. So there cannot be any decision other than a person is post 71.
And Lordship, in the LBS court, the basis of reference is very casually adopted, Lordship. Only name and address, name, father's name, village, and date of birth. Others are blank. Lordship.
Counsel, forget about all your technical arguments. We are not in a civil suit here. You discharge your burden under section 9. You show it. Come out clear, show your discharge your burden, you take the order.
So please taken now, should have been taken long time back, Lordship. And this, my friends.
And these
the
technical
LBO
arguments have almost no place in these proceedings.
And Lordship, my friend submitting the LBO report is a casual report. It is casual because that is the only information which is given to them. They hardly cooperate to give any
You go
information.
through paragraph, I think 50 odd of Sarvananda Sonwal 1. Supreme Court has accepted this situation that the referring authority does not have any material with them, but only
Whatever is stated.
and they also do not have any material that you are a citizen. So in this situation, a person is to be referred. And on being referred, the person will discharge the burden under section 9. You discharge your burden.
Also, we will file additional with along with other documents also. Lordship.
First, you let him bring the
You-
evidence, Lordship.
You
first.
bring any evidence you want. You just place it before this court. That's all.
2017 matter, they still have additional documents to place.
Let you produce.
Yes, let him, I have no objection, Lordship. I'm just stating.
Item 17,
We'll take it. Take it in a manner as it, in the same way as it is placed before the court.
Yes.
Once it is placed, you raise your objections.
Please.
Item 17,
Seventy. JCB. What to do? Earlier date also none appeared.
None appeared, Lordship. Lordship may give a last chance and then appoint a
Last time we
amicus.
already given.
Amicus may be appointed, Lordship. Because it,
Who wants to be an amicus?
so Lordship can give somebody who's really interested in doing. Madam Ghosh is overburdened, Lordship.
She can. If she's willing, she can take up the burden. Otherwise, if she's overburdened, maybe. But we want somebody will seriously do it. We just don't want a casual appearance.
You want to take it up?
It is noticed that on 30/3/2023, none appeared for the petitioner and an order was passed that in the event of further non-appearance, adverse order shall follow. Today again, when the matter is called, none appears for the petitioner. In the circumstance, for the interest of justice, we appoint MSD Ghosh, then consent as an amicus. Registry to provide the copies of the petition and other documents to the council. List after.
2 weeks, Lordship. 2017 matter.
item 8,
She knows how much time she will take.
She will do it, Lordship.
No, how much time you need? You will know.
I'll just go, once I receive the records from the registry, thereafter I'll just go through and I'll contact the,
Is it 2 weeks sufficient or you need more time?
2 weeks will be enough, Lordship, because all matters I will also try to.
Madam Ghosh, you can take help of anybody else if you want.
Because my team is there.
On your
Quite a
discretion, you
bit,
can
and
take
then-
somebody's help.
My please, your lordship. In this case, your lordship, in last occasion, I was permitted to file additional affidavit, your lordship.
File.
But today, your lordship, I have filed.
Today you have filed.
Yes.
Yeah, Khan.
Yes.
Mr. A.M. Khan, when counter petitioner states that as required by the order of 13/3/2023, the affidavit has been filed. Registry to list again along with the said affidavit.
item 19,
Madam Ghosh, just ask that lady behind you whether she is interested. She is not very well. Just come.
Is it Sigdar?
Are you interested to act as an amicus?
Yes,
Interested?
yes.
Do it seriously. Madam Ghosh, let her be the amicus, because I think you are actually overburdened, because we have already appointed you in many number of cases. नाम तो बदलाई दियो.
8 17. My name to Divya.
item
P. Begum.
19,
May I please Lordship. Lordship, on the last occasion, this honorable court direct
Which item? 19.
Yes, will you produce the complete voters list, 66,
Yes, sir.
70, you produce it?
Yes, Lordship. Right.
Why did we pass this order? Why did we pass this order?
Lordship 13/3/2023.
30? No, I
13.
have seen that order. Why did we pass this order?
Lordship,
There was some deficiency in the existing materials.
Lordship, complete voter list of Algapur part. 2, Lordship.
Algapur Part 1 Silchar. Yes. Sohid Ahmed, yes, Shahid Ahmed Laskar. Who is the father?
The petitioner father name is Khalilur Rahman Lordship. Khalilur Rahman Lordship.
Which page?
Lordship, yeah.
There.
The 1966 voter list.
66,
Voter list.
Khalilur
Serial
Rahman,
11 Lordship.
son of Monowar,
Ali Lordship.
Monowar Ali.
Yes, Lordship.
This is village Algapur,
Part 2 Lordship.
Ditiyo Khondo.
Yes, Lordship.
And then
Next,
1970,
1970,
Khalilur, son of Monowar, Amiruddin, Amira Bibi, wife of Amiruddin, and Umarun Bibi, wife
Serial-
of Khalilur. Okay,
1985 Lordship.
1985,
Serial number 390 Lordship.
390.
390.
Khalilur Rahman.
Serial number
390 is Khalilur. And who is the petitioner?
Shohid
Sohid
Lordship.
Ahmed.
Shohid.
Where is
Sohid.
Sohid? Sohid Ahmed. son of-
The serial number
And
398.
398.
The village is same Lordship. Algapur Part 2.
Ask her. No, I said ask her whether she wants to oppose or.
Sorry, vernaculars. I asked my friend to.
No, I verified. It's there. We verified it. Khalil, see, 1966, Khalilur Rahman, son of Monowar, serial number 11. And wife is what? Abujan.
Amrun Lordship.
Amrul is the wife. In 1970, Khalilur, son of Monowar, and Amrul is there. And in 1985, Khalilur is there in serial 390. Along with Sohid Ahmed, son of Khalilur, at 398. Let the tribunal examine.
Yes, Lordship.
Authenticated. Heard MS P. Ghosh,
Yes, Lordship.
Land Council for the petitioner. The petitioner Sohid Ahmed was referred to the Foreigners Tribunal Johat for rendering opinion as to whether he is the person who entered the state of Assam on or after 25 May 1971, resulting in registration of FTG bracket B 37310, case number FTG 10. Tribunal rendered an opinion dated 2012-2017 declaring the petitioner to be a foreigner. Being aggrieved, the state petition is instituted. In the writ proceeding, the petitioner relies on the voters list of 1966 of village Algapur Part 2, police station Silchar in the Kachar district, which contains the name of Khalilur Rahman, son of Monowar Ali at serial 11, and that of, what is the name of the mother?
Mother is in Piarun Nessa Lordship.
No, mother. Wife of Khalilur, that serial 16. Ambujan, not Ambujan.
Amrul, Lordship, Amrul.
Amrul. Amrul is a
Amrul
man's name.
1956 voter list.
What is the name of the mother? Amujan, I think. Amujan. And that Amujan, wife of Khalilur, that serial 16. The voters list of 1970 of village Algapur Part 2 also contains a name of Khalilur Rahman, son of Monowar Ali at serial 11, and that of Amrun, A-M-R-U-N, and that of Amrun Bibi, wife of Khalilur at serial 14. Petitioner thereof fund relies on the voters list of 1985 of village Algapur Part 2, which contains a name of Khalilur Rahman at serial 390, and that of Sohid Ahmed, son of Khalilur Rahman at serial 398. Accordingly, the petitioner claims that the burden under Section 9 of the Foreigners Act 1946 had been discharged by the petitioner. In view of the above matter, remanded back to the tribunal to examine the voters list of 1966, 1970, and 1985 of village Algapur Part 2 and render an opinion as to whether the information contained in the said three voters list do establish that the petitioner is a citizen of India. The respondents in the Home Department may also make their verification as to whether the Sohid Ali referred in the voters list of 1985 and the petitioner proceeded Sohid Ali are one and the same person, and also whether the information contained in the voters list is authentic. The Home Department may also make the verification by physically visiting the house of Khalilur Rahman of village Algapur Part 2 or his descendants to verify this. Upon doing the needful, vision order be passed.
Lordship,
Order copy.
This order,
Yes, because again, the police will have to do Lordship.
copy of the order.
Lordship, Shohid Ahmed, Lordship, not Shohid Ali.
Item 20.
May I please, your Lordship? Lordship, here the petitioner was born in the year 1999. Yes, will be father of the lover. Lordship, my father is Abdul Jalil.
Page number.
Page number, your Lordship, 17. The relevant portion is page number 18, your Lordship. Jalil, here it is written as Jaliluddin.
No, Verma, what is this envelope? To the Deputy Registrar Judicial from SPB Office, Sibsagar.
Something must, we have not received.
Oh, asked him not to directly communicate with the registry.
I'll just have.
Let's check up for it. Whatever the SP wants to do, it will be done through you.
Sometimes instead of sending it to us, they send it to the.
They cannot.
They cannot, Lord.
Because for this proceeding, a private person and the SP border, they are in the same footing.
Yes, Lord.
The way the petitioner cannot directly communicate with the court, same is with the SP border also. Otherwise, it can be considered to be trying to influence the court.
It's not necessary to send it, but it's the bail bond which he has accepted. and
Okay,
we
some
send
bail
a
bond.
Copy to the.
Otherwise, this communication,
Yes,
you have to send it in.
Via us or.
Tomorrow, they may raise the allegation that a court is in collusion with the SP border. If you allow this thing,
He thought that-
suppose the petitioner is allowed direct access to the court,
Yes,
You raise the objection that the petition is in collusion. Same is with the SP water also in a reverse way.
It's the information that the bail bond has been accepted. I
Not
think
taken.
maybe out of too much of duty or diligence is the lordship.
Enthusiasm.
Something, just to be sure that the court doesn't hold standard. Some officers are really scared, lordship.
They need not be scared. Let them do their duty perfectly.
Yes, lordship.
That's what is wanted. No one has to be scared of anybody. The question of being scared comes only when you are not performing your work the way it is required to be done. Yes, who is the father? Which place? Jalil Mia, father.
Lordship, actually his name should have been written as Abdul Jalil, but in
Let us look into the documents.
Lordship,
Which
can you
page?
peruse page number 12, annexure 1. So he was born only in 1999.
Death certificate, birth
Birth
certificate.
certificate,
Okay,
Lordship.
yes, ma'am.
So he was a minor at that time. So
Maybe.
his name could not be enrolled in the
Abdul Jalil, he is the son of Abdul Jalil.
Abdul Jalil, Lordship.
Date of birth is?
8/4/1999.
How do you know Abdul Jalil is the citizen?
Lordship.
How do you know that Abdul Jalil is a citizen?
The voter, his name is enlisted in the voter list,
Page number?
page number 18, Your Honor.
Page number 18.
It is written as Jalil Uddin, son of Rakib Ali.
Jalil, Abdul Jalil. So which year?
This is of Lordship 89. Where is his father's name? Your Lordship may kindly come to page number.
No. Abdul Jalil is the father. Abdul
Lordship.
Jalil or Jaliluddin, whatever you
Lordship,
call.
Lordship.
Which document will show that Abdul Jalil or Jaliluddin is a citizen?
Lordship,
89 will not establish his citizenship.
No, Lordship, that's what. He is the son of Rakib Ali. So Lordship may kindly come to page number 13.
He is the son of Rakib Ali.
Rakib,
Okay.
Lordship, Lordship may kindly come to page number 13. 1960.
Rakib Ali is a citizen.
Rakib Ali is 66. So
Mhm.
Jalil is the son of Rakib Ali.
66, Sheikh Rakib Ali, Sheikh Ahmad Ali.
Ahmad Ali is his grandfather.
Village.
There is a Monsongam,
Where is the name of the village?
Monsongam, village Monsongam.
Monosangam, okay. Monosangam.
Yeah, Monosongam.
Monosangam. And the birth certificate does not show the name of any family.
The birth certificate is showing the name. of his
Registration
father.
unit is Kaliganj. So is Monosangam also under the Kaliganj registration unit?
Lordship, date of birth is 99,
99,
but the date of registration is 2004,
2004. After 5 years.
after 5 years.
It happens. These are.
So two dates.
No,
one
but
is date of
the-
registration, one is,
The registration unit is Kaliganj.
yes.
And Abdul Rakib is of village Monosangam. Karimganj is okay, but is Monosangam, is the village Monosangam included within the registration unit
Lordship,
Kaliganj?
if you come to the page, post title, his address here I have
Page
stated,
number
the post page number 2, Lordship, the post title.
that you have written. It is your draft
That's what,
as a lawyer.
Kaliganj is the police station is Kaliganj, so might be there.
Possible. Acha, you may be right.
Police station Kaliganj, that's what- that's right.
Anyway. Acha, Monosangam is also there. Place of birth Monosangam,
Lordship.
page 12.
Below the place of date of birth, Lordship.
Hmm?
Just below the date of birth.
Definitely, a grandson will be born much later than the grandfather.
Yes, place of birth is Monosangam is written. there.
So, Abdul Jalil of Monosangam. So, Rakib is of Monosangam. Jaliluddin is also of Monosangam, but only thing whether Jaliluddin and Abdul Jalil.
To that effect, your lordship.
You go back to the terminal proof that Abdul Jalil and Jaliluddin are same lordship.
We can also conduct an inquiry.
Sorry?
Lordship. We can also conduct an inquiry on this.
You can.
Yes, Lordship. If it expedites the matter.
Lordship.
Yes, sir.
I am it.
I am.
Let me try. The petitioner Dilwar Hussain had been referred to the Forest Tribunal number Forest Tribunal Jorhat for rendering an opinion as to whether the person again, case number FTLGR 4540. Opinion dated 27/12/2017 declaring to be foreigner. In the writ proceeding, petitioner refers to a birth certificate issued by the Director of Health Service, Assam, which contains the information that Dilwar Hussain is the son of Abdul Jalil and Soina Begum, and the place of birth is Monosangam. Petitioner relies on the voters list of 1966 of village Monosangam, which contains the name of Sheikh Rakib Ali, son of Sheikh Ahmed Ali at serial 58. Petitioner also refers to the voters list of 17 is of which year, Mr. Ahmed?
Yes, Lordship.
Hmm.
That is of 1970. Here also Sheikh Rakib Ali, son of.
I understand. Say, voters list of which year? Page 17.
17. 17 of the Lordship is 89.
Where is it written 89?
18, the Lordship.
Huh?
Page 18, the Lordship. Is a continuation.
Hmm. कौन सा voters list है वो देखो दिया नहीं. Refers to a voters list, the certified copy of which is available at page 19. Notice list of 1989 of village Monosangam, which contains the name of Rakib Ali, son of Ahmed Ali at serial 40, and that of Jaliluddin, son of Rakib Ali at serial 46. And both are shown to be residing in the same house number 15. Petitioner states that Jaliluddin of the voters list of 1989 and Abdul Jalil, whose name is shown in the birth certificate of a petitioner, are one and the same person. If the information is, if the statement made is correct, the petitioner may have discharged the burden under section 9. In view of the above, remanded back to the tribunal to examine the voters list of 1966 and 1989 of village Monosangam, containing the name of Rakib Ali and Jaliluddin.
Abdul Jalil, Lordship.
We'll adjourn the matter. We are asking, repeatedly request, making only one request, don't interfere when the order is dictated.
Sorry, Lordship.
Plus, whatever you state is incorrect also. Please don't disturb us. We are doing our work seriously, let us do it, complete it. If you find anything to be added, tell us at the end of the order, we'll do it. We don't want any dictation over dictation in our orders. Mind you, now we are adjourning it. From next time, we are going to impose cost on this. Repeatedly, it's having every day. In spite of the same request being put same day, every day. Then don't disturb in the middle of the order. The small mistakes, if that can always be corrected at the end of the order. Can't we do it? Instead of disturbing the flow of the dictation.
I'm sorry, Your Lordship.
You were sorry, but you had disrupted the whole thing. And Rakib Ali and Jaliluddin, as well as the birth certificate in respect of Dilawar Hussain, which contains the information that his father is Abdul Jalil, and also arrive at a conclusion as to whether Abdul Jalil of the birth certificate and Jalaluddin of the voters list of 1989 are one and the same person. The respondents in the Home Department may also make their own verification as to the correctness and authenticity of the information contained in the voters list as well as the birth certificate. And also whether Abdul Jalil and Jaliluddin are one and the same person, and whether the petitioner Posidi Dilar Hussain and the Dilar Hussain referred in the birth certificate are also the same person. Pass a reason order. We'll come back and take up that Padhat matter. Is Mr. RKD Chaudhary ready? Because he says he's having some other work in the second half.
Lordship is in another matter. I'll inform him, Lordship.
No, if he comes, we want to accommodate him because he's in the middle of a Padhat matter
Yes.
and he is busy in the second half. That's what he told us yesterday.
Yep.
So we'll take up at 12:15, 12:20, whatever it is.
Yes, Lordship. I'll inform him.
Copy of this order,
And rest
Lordship.
of the orders will be taken up after that matter.
Lordship, a copy of this order may be. sent.
So ordinary a copy. Be.
Megan, date, one Megan, date. 7 to 7.
We'll continue from where you left yesterday. Up to 1:15, second half, possibly we have the other matter. Sorry. I think we're almost coming to an end to the proceedings, I think. That those materials we'll collect from you. Yeah.
I was submitting lordship, basically, while deciding a matter or while issuing any directions, lordship has to see that as held by the Honorable Supreme Court in Sarvananda Sanwal's case, this is aggression. And I would submit that this is aggression with a purpose. It is not simply aggression. It is aggression with a purpose. I have read out few excerpts from the census, some other materials which were there.
Please give a compilation. of
Yes, I
that.
will give that.
I mean, because
And which
maybe
would-
if you have to refer
Which
to it,
would
we'll-
abundantly show that this is a ploy to take away this part of the country to another. Now, I would refer to the census of 1991, where it shows that the Muslim population of the from 1971 to 1991, there has been an increase of 77.42%. And in which places? They are in the districts of Dhubri, that is 70%, 70.42. Gwalpara, 50.18.
In-
Borpeta,
Just a minute, increase in population.
lordship. It has in Assam, the increase,
In the districts of Dhubri,
Dhubri,
then
Gwalpara,
Gwalpara,
Borpeta, and Hailakandi, primarily these districts that have shown a growth of 77.42%. And 77.42%,
growth of
7.42%.
This is the census of 1991.
91. If you compare 1971 and 1991, you would see that this has been the growth. And it is very astonishing to see, lordship, in 1951, there were around 19 lakhs 81,000.
19 lakhs is of what?
Lordship, this
19 lakhs of?
in Assam, the population, the Muslim population in 1951, as per the census, was 19 lakhs 81,857.
19
lakhs
81,000,
81,857,
857. Okay.
which increased to 63 lakhs 73,204 in 1991.
then actually in that period, we work out, it would be 30% growth after 1951. And as per the census of 2011, 2021 is still under preparation. They constitute 34.22% of the population in Assam,
2011.
2011. That is more than 10 crores. And
No. 51, it is 19 lakhs.
plus
1991, it is 63 lakhs.
63 lakh 73,
And with a growth of 30%.
30%.
In 2011, 34%. How
34.
can it become 9 crores?
No,
34% per year or
of the total
or
population,
over the census period?
No, this is the present
Ah.
status.
No. If it is
So
34%,
that is the rate of growth. I'm talking-
34% is per year.
No, it won't be 34%.
Then it must be per decade, I think then, because
Yes, yes. Yes,
census is held every 10 years.
and
Anyway.
now Lordship, as per 2011, it's 34.22%. Not the figure, I mean, Lordship. And 2021 is still under preparation. And it is assumed it will be coming to around 42%. Therefore, Lordship, my submission would be, Lordship, this abrupt growth of population is not simply multiplying the people here. It has come over from the other side. And as I have submitted yesterday, Lordship, at first they took refuge in the reserves. Reserves are the now what we call the chor areas. And we got a chor area development, some department also. But prior to that, I started with 1937. 1906. So there was a divide Bengal division in 1905. 1905 was the division of Bengal.
Division of Bengal from?
2 parts, Lordship. West Bengal, East Bengal, on the
Okay.
basis of religion, there was a division.
Bengal was divided in 1905.
1905. And as it transpires, before the coming of that 18 Act relating to inner line permit, Lordship.
That 1873, that
1873.
Bengal frontier something.
Yes, yes. This Lordship, I am not carrying it right at the moment, but I'll place it. What
That
has
Bengal Act we are having with us.
no, it was there. I'm going prior to that, Lordship. That is of
So-
1876 or something.
Provided. Let me see what else there. কালি এইটো ওপৰত আছিল ক'ত মাতিছে বা
What was the purpose of bringing that act?
that Bengal frontier in 1873.
If it is not, Lordship, we can do it.
No, it is there. Yesterday
No.
we read it, someone else.
Prior to that, in 1906, what happened? The Britishers, they settled these people along the rivers.
Hmm.
And there was a line. From that, the inner line, the theory of inner line permit.
The
came.
concept inner line comes in.
Yes. They were settled there, but it did not have any legal backing. It did not have any legal backing because only on papers a line is there. You cannot go beyond this. You settle besides the rivers. After that, it was sought to be brought in through this, the inner line permit, because the tribals have to be protected. And thereafter, if prior to this, our land revenue regulation came. Land
Ah.
revenue regulation came, and
That is
thereafter,
1886, I think.
thereafter, the tribal belts. If you lost, that tribal belts
That
came in
chapter 10 was added much later,
in 1950, if I'm not
50,
wrong. In
possibly.
1950. Since these, the steps that had been taken were not lordship put to use, or they could not be used due to legal backing, and lands were being grabbed. An amendment was made to the land revenue regulation, and the tribal wells, they have been safeguarded by
That
That-
chapter 10,
that
chapter
chapter.
10 was brought in.
that chapter. Now, ultimately, lordship, what has happened in the meantime, the lands have already been taken by immigrant population. And now, as it stands today, lordship, the primary question of the honorable court was, what would be, suppose they are declared foreigners, what would be the land?
But what we're examining, suppose we declare a person to be a foreigner. What that one aspect is that the person is not entitled to live in this country and should be deported.
Yes,
But deportation itself is a problem of its own. If deportation takes place, we should not be concerned at all. What will happen if deportation does not take place and a person remains here? What will he get and what will he not get?
what he will not.
We are basically examining that
Yes.
aspect.
Now, lordship, so far as foreigners, they are now declared foreigners. So far as foreigners are concerned, lordship, only Article 21.
That is already.
Only Article 21, and I would agree with my learned friend that they are harping on 4 aspects of article, because Article 21 is very wide. They are
I
only on
think they are based
4.
on 21 only. Are you claiming something beyond 21? Sorry,
14 lordship, 14 also.
14. What is Article 14? Let us, but we wanted Mr. Chaudhary to complete because he has very less
Yes.
time available.
So let him complete.
But before you say Article 14, because you also should know, tell us in a few lines, what do you understand by Article 14? Because you see, let us point it out to you. Article 14, everybody says right to equality. Okay,
Yes,
that is in common parlance, we all understand Article 14 is right to equality. Means we all are equal. But Article 14 is not right to equality. Article 14 is equality before the law and equal protection of law. And both the phrases had been interpreted by the Supreme Court, giving its own meaning.
yes, lordship.
So Article 14 has to be understood in the context of equal protection of law and equality before the law. It is not right to equality. But everybody, I don't know, the common perception is Article 14 is right to equality. There is no right to equality. All that the fundamental right is equality before the law and equal protection of law, and both the phrases are appropriately and adequately being put
Yes,
in
lordship.
place what exactly it means. So now from the actual meaning of equality before the law and equal protection of law, what kind of Article 14 you are urging upon? You think over and make
Yes,
your
lordship.
submissions, because straight away saying Article 14 in some of those published articles may available over the internet, it say, we also read it, some we produced before us also, which of the articles will be applicable to foreigner, which will be not. And in those articles, almost all the articles are provided that everything is available. But we can't base our views only on some articles available over the net. This is a
The interpretation of honorable.
judicial forum. You have to explain also each and every article, what it means and what it provides for.
Yes.
But otherwise, Supreme Court says Article 21 is available. Nothing beyond that. But articles of various persons available over the net refers to many other articles. Continue, because
Yes.
we'll hear you, because you have more time than Mr.
Yes,
Chaudhary.
Insofar as lordship, right over lands would be concerned, my submission would be lordship, I've gone through that act, lordship. If he is declared a foreigner, whatever act that he has done is contrary to- is contrary to the law of the state, lordship. That has to be.
Sorry, please repeat the last.
Whatever actions he has taken, done prior to his declaration as a foreigner, lordship, that has to go. And in my humble submission, lordship, if he has purchased the land, that purchase would have no relevance, and the property would be reverted back to the state and not to the person who has sold it, because here, while the person who has sold it, if it is sale as per law, a tax is also paid and he has earned out of it.
Mr. Chaudhary, just one minute. Madam Ghosh. Equal protection means right to equal treatment in similar circumstance.
Yes.
If your circumstance is different, treatment may be different. It's not that across the boards, if 1 rupee is given to one rupee has to be given to everybody. Circumstance. This is how the Supreme Court interprets equal protection of law. And this you will find in a good number of cases, including that TMA Pipe Foundation, that the 7-judge case.
I was submitting lordship insofar as the lands purchased by the foreigners is concerned. Here we leave apart the non-resident Indians and the OCI card holders. Here the lands belonging to the declared foreigners. What would be the outcome after they are
After they are declared.
declared as foreigners, lordship? Every transaction that they have entered into in the meantime, in my humble submission, that those will be ineffective, lordship, because those cannot be taken into consideration. Now, if that be so, where does the land go? He has purchased it. My humble submission would be, since the state is the owner of all lands, it's only
It
given
will
on
revert
this.
back to the state.
It will revert back to the state and not to the person who has sold it, because he has sold it. He has already transferred it. State being the owner of the land, it will revert back to the state.
And suppose the land was obtained by getting settlement and or getting those
That will be null and void, lordship. It will be void ab initio.
that patta is issued.
That will be void, lordship. Because he cannot acquire property.
There is one more act. No. One more act, it's just one more act, it's a central act. Some Alien Property Act or something like that, by which the ownership of the property rests in the central government by virtue of that statute.
Perhaps that
One
would
act
be-
is there. One statute is there.
I've seen it, lordship, but perhaps that would be in that line I was trying to interpret yesterday.
One particular statute is there somewhere.
I will
Uh,
look into it, Lordship.
The proper, no, why we are asking you all this thing? Suppose that is the law. That what you are submitting now is that the property that had been acquired otherwise in a legitimate means will now vest in the state. If you go by the provisions of that particular Alien Property Act, perhaps the government has the power to also to do it. Not only by,
It can.
not only de facto it will vest, but also by to statutory means it will vest. So now, suppose we arrive at a situation, yes, the property will now vest in the central government. Now, if you look at section. Section 3(2)(e) of the Foreigners Act 1946.
Foreigners Act.
This is basically a power to make orders. The central government may by order make provision either generally or with respect to all foreigners or with respect to any particular foreigner or any
Lordship is
class or
referring to
section 3 of the Foreigners Act 1946.
3.
If we are having the same book, same color, it is page 3. Are you holding this book? No, little different. Dr. B. Ahmed and N. Hawk.
3(2)(e).
E. So, in particular and without prejudice to a generality of the foregoing power, orders made under this section may provide that the foreigner, E, shall comply with such conditions as will be prescribed or specified, requiring him to reside in a particular place, imposing any restriction on his movements. So now, the law requires that this category of people, after being declared to be a foreigner, although they may not be entitled to have any property, and even if they have property that can be taken over by the government will also have to requiring him to reside in a particular place.
Yes.
So I think the central government will have to frame an order under section 3 specifying where they will reside.
Lordship.
Giving a place to reside and giving ownership of a property are two different aspects.
Yes.
So I think some kind of an order has to be framed then. And reside in a particular place doesn't mean those detention camps. Detention camps is a concept of.
It might be for convicted.
No, it's a little. Detention camp is a provision of, just a minute. Detention camp is a provision of Foreigners Tribunals Order 1964, clause 3(13). Clause 3(13), where the proceedee fails to produce any proof in support of his or her claim that she or he is not a foreigner and also not able to manage for bail in respect of his claim. So here again, condition not able to arrange for bail.
Then
The proceedee shall be detained and kept in internment or detention center. This is the only concept of detention center. And here again, the proceedee is unable to discharge the burden that the person is not a foreigner, and secondly, unable to arrange for bail. But if a man is unable to prove that he is not a foreigner, but is able to arrange for bail, even this is not applicable. The person has to go. Now, if the property that the person may have acquired in the meantime, that is taken away by the government, by the state, there is a corresponding requirement of the law that by framing an order, the government will also have to provide them with a place to reside. So I think on a conjoint reading of the entire law, 3(2)(g) of the Act.
Detention.
3(2)(g)
Will be arrested and detained.
shall be arrested and detained or confined.
Yes.
And may make provision which for any matter which is to or may be prescribed, and for such in the supplementary matter as may be in the opinion center be expedient. But what will you? This shall be arrested and detained or confined is perhaps related to that a person will be subjected to the process of deportation. What will happen
In the
meantime?
meantime,
But if that period of in the meantime
is very long.
is not only long, maybe infinite also, or the process of deportation has actively not been initiated, then what will you do? How can you arrest him? Arrest is again a concept for CRPC.
Yes.
To keep a person in detention is a concept of under CRPC. CRPC is not applicable. For a arrest and detain or confinement for a limited period, suppose I'm taking you to the border, within this period you are under arrest, we understand. Maybe this is a special law, you have the power to arrest. But over a longer period of time, it will be in conflict with CRPC.
That will be feeding them.
Ultimately, the Supreme Court is also taking that view. After 2 years, everybody is released. And once there is a declaration, 2 years detention center, after their release, is it the end of the problem? Back to square one. From where it started, before the reference was made. Where are we heading?
If that be the scenario, Lordship, we are back to square one. So
Definitely, because
it cannot be.
after being released after 2 years, there is no provision anywhere.
Lordship.
Man is scot free. Perhaps he'll be referred once again and he'll take the plea of res judicata. That I was already referred once. Otherwise, he's again back to where he was.
That is the Lordship. So therefore, Lordship has to lay down something which will regulate the period in the interregnum.
Interregnum period, therefore, we are examining what this person will be entitled, what this person will not be entitled.
So
Whatever he is entitled, give it to him. As long as you don't deport.
so far as Lordship, property, Lordship, I have already made my submission because land as it is, Lordship, these transactions would be void and the land would be going back to the state. The seller would have no say in that.
Seller will not have,
Will have
because
no say in
seller, seller will not have a say because at the point of time when he had executed the sale, he is no longer the owner of that property.
It's gone.
His ownership is gone. Ownership goes to somebody else. Now the question is whether the ownership that has gone to somebody else is entitled under the law to retain that ownership. Possibly what you are submitting is that
He is
person
not
will
entitled.
not be entitled to retain that ownership.
He's not entitled, Lordship.
So once he is not entitled to retain,
That has to go.
definitely it has to go back to the state.
And insofar as Lordship, education, Lordship, education is concerned, Lordship, education.
Give them education. Why
That-
don't you
that
want
cannot be
to keep him
It
a
cannot
person?
be stopped, Lordship. In fact, more educated they are, better off they are. So
If he's a good asset to the country, use them also.
use on contract. Because
Use in any purpose you want.
as per the enunciation of the Supreme Court.
You
they
cannot hold public office.
They cannot hold public office, contract of course,
Use their skill after educating them.
contract of course. And
In other words, Mr. Chaudhary, we are just examining that this category of people, whatever they may have done, whatever they are, whoever they are, if they are to remain in this country for any period of time, they should be given that basic human treatment.
that, Lordship, basic,
That
that is there. Lordship,
we
Wo-
should not be taken away.
That.
But in the guise of giving human treatment, that doesn't mean you encroach upon the rights that you are otherwise also not entitled. So you have to balance that.
That is
too.
there, but once Lordship declared foreigners, my submission would be, Lordship, they would not be entitled to any welfare scheme floated by the government of India or the state government for its citizens. For its citizens, because Lordship, this would be a large chunk.
Already started looking at you.
I know. I'm aware, Lordship, the cases she's in many cases I am there. So, because Lordship, these schemes relate to the citizens only. Chakmas, I can understand, Lordship, Chakmas issues is a different case. But
No.
others,
There's,
not be-
Mr. Chaudhary, there's a difference between a refugee
Lordship will,
and a illegal migrant.
this is, we are dealing with illegal.
There's a difference between the two.
Refugee also, Lordship, I would submit, India is not a signatory to the Refugee Convention, but on the
But it
basis
is
of the
a,
Honorable Supreme Court's order, yes, some efforts are being made to give them. That is another aspect of the matter, but once declared a foreigner, Lordship, they may not be entitled to any. Yes, they are.
no,
entitled to
there, now this is one more aspect. They're declared to be foreigner or they're declared to be illegal migrant.
If we go by the nomenclature of the previously it was migrant.
No, no.
Now it is
No,
foreigner.
even now. Even now, moment there is a declaration that a person could not prove his citizenship, he is a declared foreigner or he is a declared,
But the end result is the same, Lordship.
no,
Yes, Lordship.
no. End result is not the same. You'll be in difficulty if you make that submission. This is the foreigner. Mr. Why we are asking you this question?
Yes, Lordship.
Yes, foreigner. Perhaps illegal migrant is a class and category of a foreigner. Overall foreigner, no doubt, they cannot be a man of the, what is foreigner? A person who is not of this country, he is a foreigner.
Yes, Lordship.
I think that's a common definition of foreigner. So definitely they are foreigners, but foreigners of the category of, because in the Foreigners Act and in the Foreign Tribunal Order, etc., you will find the expression
Migrant.
person entering this state of Assam from the specified territory after this.
Yes, yes.
So what are they? Who is a person who entered after the cutoff date from the specified territory? If you go by the Supreme Court judgments, they are migrants, illegal migrants.
Lordship.
So they are a class of foreigner who are to be classified as illegal migrants.
Lordship.
So now rights and entitlements of an illegal migrant and that of a foreigner again may be at a variance in respect of some of the aspects.
I will examine on that, Lordship.
Perhaps we'll have to look
Yes,
into
yes.
that also.
Yes, yes. I will. And education, lordship, I will not make any submission and.
So if we have some educated illegal migrants, it is good for us.
It is good for us.
They'll
Provided we keep
contribute
them on
something to the
contract.
services of the country.
Provided we keep them on contract.
That is your decision. We are not touching on the deportation. Or you can educate them, make them skilled and allow them go back to the other country. That country will be benefited.
From that,
To the skill.
lordship, if your lordship will permit me, that is my family's, my personal experiences, lordship. Even we were abroad. My father used to work there. Some country called Libya, now it's devastated.
Where?
So, Libya.
Libya.
So my father was working there. Of course, we were foreigners there. But the way that the people from outside are working there, it's not that they do not have any status. But what happens is, in every office, the director or the boss of the office is a Libyan. He may not be a degree holder also, but he is the boss of the office and you'll have to work under him. And these people are, since they are brought to that country to work, they have to work. It's not like they will have their own whims and fancies. But the situation out here is different, right?
Are we entitled to own property there? No.
No, nobody has got their own property there. All property rests with the government. And in spite, I was very surprised, like in spite of being a truly Islamic country, for the development of the country, I would say the capital, we were in Tripoli. There was a mosque in between the city, a busy commercial hub. And lordship will see, Islamic country, truly Islamic, not like us. They do not consider Indians and Pakistanis as Islamic. Now,
Mr. Huda is smiling at you.
that's my personal experience. Now, that particular mosque was creating a traffic congestion. And what the government did, one fine evening, on the television, Gaddafi says, all people vacate, your accommodation is fixed there, because accommodation is also government. Housing is also government. You move to that place, 2 days time given, third day, blasted. Fifth day, there was a parking lot. But we cannot think of that here. But then, lordship, what I was on was the working environment. Suppose a person goes from here to US or any other country, there are certain norms that have to be followed, because everybody knows that one fault and he's back to his own country. Some stringent measure has to be.
So these are persons who enters that country in a regulated
That is
manner.
regulated.
Even then, this stringency is there.
That is their lordship.
So you are comparing it, if you enter in an unregulated manner, what further you can have?
But I would say, lordship, the situation out here is we are to
Education, give it.
education, lordship. I'm not complaining, lordship.
Food, you can't make a man to
They have to
starve.
earn it, lordship.
But if you go by the provisions of section 3(2)(c)(c), meat from any resources at his disposal.
Yes, lordship, let him eat. That is, he has to earn his food. But
To
Yes.
earn the food, they'll
Yeah.
have to allow them to work.
they have to allow. They have to.
Of course, you can't expect
There
that
has
you
to be a-
go for begging and get the money and for your,
They may be
that
given
will
a work
be,
permit, lordship. They can be given a work permit which can be reviewed periodically, maybe once in a year. Twice in a year. That is done, but otherwise. they
so
would not
the
be having
place to reside in a particular place will be provided.
That,
The work permit will be provided.
lordship.
They will work, you earn your money, you get your food,
You enjoy yourself.
enjoy yourself. Education,
Education, not free education. Because that is also something guaranteed under the constitutional scheme for the citizen. They can educate themselves. It's not an issue.
Taxes?
That is one aspect where
No, we're asking you
Yeah, because
for a
once we-
deliberate purpose, we're asking you this
once
question.
we earn,
See,
we are liable to
The
pay taxes.
citizens are being given free education, that's that the right to free education, because they pay taxes.
That's only the,
According to the class of the taxpayer, they pay different amounts, but ultimately they pay.
This-
So out of that money, it is provided. So now this category of people, will they
That-
be paying any
that-
taxes?
that lordship, perhaps a little bit of thinking is required because
If
They
they
are-
pay taxes, you provide them with that free education also. Because ultimately, they will also be from that point of view, that difference will not be there. But
that-
if they don't pay taxes, then we'll ask you.
that.
Because the
aspect needs a
freebies
little
that are
consideration.
available to the citizens in a country are always, if you go by the principles of public finance, it is being financed by the public themselves. They themselves is financing it, and in return, they are getting it. In some countries, the taxations are very high. You'll find everything is free. Care is free. This is free. Somewhere in some places, possibly the public transportation is also free. It's there. Why? Because the public as a whole pays for it through their contribution.
Uh,
So although the concept of quid pro quo is not there, quid pro quo is in finer terms, it is not there, because quid pro quo is, suppose I pay you for ₹5, I'll also get back the value of ₹5. But taxation system is not that, because one man may be paying 50, getting the value of 5, another man may be paying ₹1 also, still getting the value of 5. So quid pro quo is not there. But in the true sense, but otherwise it is there.
That lordship I will examine, but when lordship was saying regarding taxation, one thing was ringing my mind. What lordship is saying is very correct in the US. They get high salaries, half of that is deducted for all those purposes.
And you get everything also in
And
return.
you get everything also.
Even
but
if you're a
now-
90-year-old, you are taken care of
Yes.
without having
In
anybody.
this country, except for the indirect taxes which we pay, sales tax and all those other things. What is the percentage of paying income tax? It's not even 2 GGs. Therefore, that thing has to be considered, because indirect taxes, they purchase, they do something, they pay taxes, that is different. They do it out of their earnings, but income tax may be something, very small portion will be paying. If I assume only 2% of them will be paying, going by the national,
Suppose one illegal migrant, he is very good in organizing everything, and he has a huge income.
that,
But as long as he is staying, What is-
that has to be.
we are all thinking of the marginal people. They just hand to mouth, then why should they be pay tax? But if they are allowed to reside, allowed to work, a particular person may be that he's having he has built a huge empire.
That is something that has to be considered.
See, only property he is unable to make it. But minus the property, he can
He has everything.
he can
Yes.
manage to earn a huge income.
Yes,
So therefore, ultimately, I think we will have to frame a proper order under Section 3 of that Act. Going into details of all these nitty-gritties, to find out,
I,
make it circumscribed so that everybody knows what is
Yes,
entitled, what
yes,
is not
yes.
entitled, and what is entitled, provide it. Don't
Right.
refuse that. And whatever is not entitled, the person also has to accept that, yes, I am not entitled to it.
I am going by only the 4 parameters that was suggested from the other side.
So food
Hello?
gone, residents will have to, a designated place has to be provided.
That
That
is-
the only thing you can impose restriction on the movement.
Movement. And that can be lordship perhaps done by issuing those work permits. Work permits that will delineate a place
Hmm.
within which they can move around. And now.
As
Lordship,
long
the-
as this provision is not challenged by anybody.
And now, Lordship, off the records, I can say now, Lordship, even China and Russia, they need people, they can go there. They need people. China is on a decline, Russia needs people.
Want to go? Want to go? Mr. Chaudhary will provide the passage. That's what he's suggesting. He'll provide the passage if you want to go. Anyway, these are under like a rain.
Lordship, these 2 points I will examine and
Which one? That
regarding
food. Food will be.
that scheme.
Food,
Food scheme, because food is distributed, say 2 rupees kilo rice and all those things, whether they would be entitled as a.
NFSA Act, somebody made a
That
submission that will
NFSA Act
not
also there, other
not be
cases I have seen,
be.
my friend is
Your
appearing.
targeted population and what is the other one? Oh, 2 terms are there,
Huh.
targeted distribution and another one is. And other one, and other one,
There are two categories. One is under the priority high.
Antardaya, one is Antardaya and one is targeted.
Even there, they have to be registered. And the DC will take the particulars and they will be given some card. They are not willing to do that.
Who?
My friends' clients would not be willing to do that.
They don't want to go and register.
They would come to the court, rather get an order from the court to get that. Other cases I have seen.
Tomorrow, today is Friday,
It will be
Monday?
on Tuesday.
Monday close.
Monday is- I'll clarify on this.
Yeah, we'll do it a day-to-day hearing every day,
Yes, Lordship.
but we have to conclude it as fast as possible.
Lordship.
How much progress made, Mr. Handy?
It's still going on. And my lord,
Tuesday?
Lordship, I have given the yesterday, my lord, that one letter and my lord, that something.
No, we want this information to interpolate the information with some of the information provided by Mr. R.K.D. Chaudhary
Lordship.
and see if some pattern comes out. That's why.
So they are working, my lord, that still, I told him that by Monday are some, my lord, that I have.
Next hearing is Tuesday. On Tuesday, you produce it.
Lord.
And the other one, you are saying food, residence, at the food and work, residence and education.
Health.
Lordship help.
Health you'll have to give.
That also. The schemes.
How can you watch a
Article
person
21.
disease suffering and say that I'll not give you because you belong to this category?
Lordship, let us first think about the citizens.
Sorry,
Let us first think about the citizens, Lordship.
about the,
I would say, let us think first about the citizens, Lordship. If there is anything excess, take. But otherwise, Lordship,
burden.
otherwise it's a burden.
That's why again, we are putting back the same question, taxes. We have to apply your mind on that
Lordship,
also.
Lordship,
Because then some kind of a incongruous quid pro quo kind of a concept may come in. Tuesday. Tuesday, you same that second half issue will be there.
That second.
Tuesday or
Item 21.
May I please, Lordship, page 10. Lordship, voter list of 1966. Petitioner father name and listed, Lordship. Petitioner father's name, Sirajul Haq, Lordship.
Sirajul Haq is the father.
Yes, Lordship.
And which document will show Sirajul Haq is the father?
Lordship, page 14. voter list of 19
Mr. Council accompanying him, please don't disturb her. Let her do it on her own. If you go on prompting her, how she will develop herself? Let her. If difficulty, we'll hear you. If necessary, we'll hear you also, but let her do it on her own. Yes, madam. Which document will show that Sirajul is the father?
Page 14, Lordship.
14.
Voter list of 1997, Lordship.
Voter list of 1997. Sirazul and Jamal.
Jamal Hussain, Lordship.
Hmm. Village is different.
Different.
Village
Village is
Lordship.
different.
Adjacent place, Lordship.
Adjacent also is a different village. See, this is court number 6, other one is court number 5. Adjacent. Can you do a matter listed here before court number 5? No. You have to prove that either there was shifting or this or whatever it is.
So,
Any material to prove that?
no.
Then how will you establish?
Lordship, land documents also there, Lordship.
Land document. Let us see which land document. Which page?
Kind of fix it, Lordship.
Fixated. Okay. John, on the prayer of your name,
Odhikari. P. Odhikari.
P. Odhikari, and council petitioner to be listed again.
Shifting order is there, Lordship.
To prove the shifting, you try to find out on which date the man moved from the Ekrapali village to the other village. Okay, which year? Then you see whether from that year the name of the man appeared in the Ekrapali voters list or it did not appear. And same is with the other village. Whether prior to the shifting, the name appeared or not. If the name of the man in the original village continues to appear even after the shifting, that means they are two different people. If it stops there and in the other one it starts, that means the same man must have moved from one village to the other so that his name is there in the next voter list. Please examine this aspect. Okay.
Item 22.
Yeah, click on that. My lord, grandparents' name is, my lord, at page 15, my lord.
15.
15. 1-5. Grandparents. My lord, Jabbor Ali, my lord, he is the grandparents, grandfather.
Jabbor is grandfather.
Saton Bibi, my lord, grandmother. Thereafter, my lord.
Gao Kasimpur.
Kasimpur, my
Ana Nolwari.
Nolbari. Thereafter, my lord.
Nolwari district, there is
Then, my lord,
Kasimpur place.
Kamrup.
I know.
Now-
Is there a place called Kasimpur in Nolwari district?
Yes, my lord. And my lord, PS 17. Again, my lord, Jabbor Ali, grandfather.
Page number
PS 17, 17.
17.
Again, my lord, Jabbor Ali, grandfather. My lord, village Kasimpur, house number is also same, my lord.
It's okay. Then after that,
My lord, thereafter, my lord, page 19, my lord,
page 19.
house number.
Sahatan Bibi,
Saton Bibi is the grandmother, my lord.
grandmother, wife
We
of
obtain-
Jabbor.
Yes, my lord. Obtain, my lord, voter list of 1970, my lord.
So
separately.
this is a Sahatan Bibi, Kasimpur, which year?
My lord, 1970.
70. 70, Jabbor is also there.
Yes. My lord, thereafter, my lord, page 21.
21 Ismail, my lord, he is the father, my lord,
Ismail is the father,
father,
son of Jabbar.
Jabbar. And
Same-
Begum
same
Nessa,
place,
my lord,
Kasimpur.
actually,
Ah.
this is Begum Nessa, my lord, wrongly written, my lord, Begum Nessa, mother, my lord.
Hmm.
And house number is also 76, my lord, same
Hmm.
as 70 and
This
66.
is father, this is
And village Kasimpur.
okay. Hmm.
And thereafter, my lord, page, my lord, 25. 25, my lord. Village, my lord, Kasimpur. Hello. 25, my lord. My lord, Mozi Ali, he is the petitioner, my lord. Mozi Ali, son of Ismail. And Asia Khatun, my lord, is the mother. Same village, my lord, Kasimpur, under Nalbari district.
What happened to Ismail and Begum Nessa? They died.
In voter list of 1997.
No,
They,
this
my
is,
lord, only one voter list, they exhibited only one voter list,
no,
1971.
they died or they were alive?
Yeah, no, my lord, they expired.
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Yes. Send it back, Lordship. Send it back, Lordship.
Put it. S.A. Ahmed, no? এইখিনি লিখি দিব। তেওঁলোকৰ এইখিনি লিখি দিব। The petitioner Mozi Ali was referred to the Foreigners Tribunal Jorhat for rendering an opinion as to whether he is a person who entered the state of Assam on or after 25/3/1971, resulting in registration of case number FT SBR 7515. SBR is FT stroke SBR, page 48. The tribunal rendered an opinion dated 12/9/2017 declaring the petitioner to be a foreigner. Being aggrieved, district petition is instituted. In the writ proceeding, the petitioner relies on the voters list of 1965 of village Kasimpur police station Nalbari in the Nalbari district, which contains the name of Jabbar Ali, son of Kalam at serial 31 and that of Sahatan Bibi, wife of Jabbar at serial 32, both residing in the same house number 76. The voters list of 1970 also contains the name of Jabbar Ali and Sahatan Bibi. Reliance is also placed on the voters list of 1971 of village Kasimpur, which contains the name of Ismail, son of Jabbar at serial 777 and that of Begum Nessa, wife of Ismail, to be read as Begum Nessa at serial 778, and both are shown to be residing in the same house number 76. It has already been taken note of that Jabbar Ali and Sahatan Nessa are also residing in the house number 76, meaning thereby that Jabbar Ali, Sahatan Nessa, Ismail, and Begum Nissa are all residing in house number 78. Is Ismail married once again? Ismail married once again? Because earlier wife was Begum Nissa.
Hasina, my lord.
Now
that
one
was
Hasina
wrongly-
comes in.
Wrongly written, my lord.
Achha, Begum
Hasina
itself
Begum.
is Hasina.
Yes, my lord.
How do you know everything is wrong?
That is, my lord, they stated in the evidence, my lord.
Their own
Only-
statement. It
only-
is
only
not a
that.
material.
That's all.
Petitioner thereupon relies on the voters list of 1997 of village Kasimpur, which contains the name of Mozi Ali, son of Ismail at serial 44, and that of Asiya Khatun, wife of Mozi at serial 45. Petitioner claims that the Mozi Ali of the voters list of 1997 of village Kasimpur is the petitioner himself. And as the citizenship of Ismail could be proved through the voters list of 1971, as well as the earlier voters list of 66 and 70 in respect of Babar Ali. Therefore, the petitioner had discharged the burden under Section 9 of the Foreigners Act 1946 that he is a citizen. Without expressing any view on the such claim, matter remanded back to the tribunal to examine as to whether the voters list of 1966, 1970, 1971, and 1997 of village Kasimpur do establish that the petitioner Mozi Ali is a citizen of India. In doing so, the petitioner to produce the complete voters list of the year 1966, 1970, 1971, 1985, as well as 1997 of village Kasimpur, which may contain the name of the petitioner, his father, grandfather, etc. The respondents in the Home Department of the Government of Assam to also make a verification through the Superintendent of Police border as to whether Mozi Ali, son of Ismail, and that Ismail, father of Mozi Ali, as per the voters list of 1997, and Ismail of the voters list of 1971 are the same person. The Superintendent of Police border to also make a verification as to whether Mozi Ali of the voters list of 1997 and the writ petitioner Mozi Ali are one and the same person. Upon undertaking the aforesaid exercise, a written order be passed.
My lord, he may allow to produce, my lord, some.
Petitioner may be allowed to produce any further material if so advised.
Item 20.
Obliged.
Single picture of the land. Single bench of law.
23.
May I please lordship? Lordship, petitioner name is Rahizuddin, alias Rahizuddin. Lordship, page number 15, lordship, 1966 voter list. 1960, page number 15.
15.
At serial number 3, lordship, Sobahan is a grandfather.
Sobahan, grandfather.
Yes, lordship. Now page, lordship, page 21.
Hmm.
Lordship, village is Kongai Pupara.
Kongai Pupara. Hmm.
Lordship, page 21.
Page 21.
Lordship, Abdul Sorahan is a grandfather, lordship. 544 serial number,
So
546.
Sobahan and Abdul Sobahan. Okay. Grandfather. Then who is the son?
546, lordship, Nasir Ali is a father,
Nasir
lordship.
is the father.
Yes, lordship.
This is of 1989. Village
Village Pup Kongai.
Kongaipara.
Now, lordship, page 25, lordship. Lordship, 341, lordship, Nasir Ali, father. 383, lordship, Rohit.
Rohizuddin. Rohizuddin is the petitioner.
Is the lordship.
Hmm.
Rohizuddin is petitioner, lordship.
Rohizuddin. It's okay.
It's a village Pup Kongai.
Village to Purnika. Village to Purnika.
Where is the name of the village?
Lordship, below Nasir Ali, lordship. Ongsho number 136 Pup.
Also number, Pup Kongaipara, right. Yes. No, of course. Yes,
Yes,
let it go.
yes.
Same language. Do you need to take that once again? At least the first two paragraphs. পাৰিব? Petitioner নাম Rahizuddin. Go to this green tag, tribunal number, case number, opinion date. Okay. What name it? In the writ proceeding, the petitioner relies on the voters list of 1966 of village Kongai Pupara, which contains the name of Sobahan, son of Choto Mokdong, at serial number 3. As well as the voters list of 1970 of village Kongai Pupara, which contains the name of Sobahan Sheikh, son of Choto Mokdong, that's serial number 3. Petitioner thereupon relies on the voters list of 1989 of village Kongai Para, which contains the name of Abdus Sobahan, son of Chokdrom, at serial 544, Nasser Ali, son of Abdus Sobahan, at serial 545. Thereafter, the petitioner relies on the voters list of 2005, also of village Kongai Par, which contains a name of Nasser Ali, son of Sobahan Ali, at serial 381, and that of Rahizuddin, son of Nasser Ali, at serial 383. Petitioner claims that claims to be the Rahizuddin of the 2005 voters list, and seeks, and through Nasser Ali, and by claiming Nasser Ali to be his father, seeks his prove his citizenship through Abdus Sobahan of the voters list of 1966 and 70 of village Kongai Pupara, to discharge a burden that he is discharge a burden under section 9 of the Foreigners Act 1946. If Sobahan of the 66 voters list and Sobahan Sheikh of the 1970 voters list and Abdus Sobahan of the 1999 voters list are one and the same person, and Nasser Ali of the voters list of 1989 and Nasser Ali of the voters list of 2005 are one and the same person, and the name of the petitioner appearing along with Nasser Ali, the petitioner may have discharged the burden under section 9 of the Foreigners Act 1946. In the circumstance, matter remanded back to the tribunal to examine the voters list of 1966, 1970, 1989, and 2005 of village Kongai Para in the Golpara district, and pass a reason order thereon. As the voters list placed before this court are unauthenticated copy of the voters list, the petitioner to produce the complete authenticated voters list of the aforesaid years before the tribunal for its examination. The state through the superintendent police border may also make their inquiry on as to whether the names appearing in the voters list are respectively the father and grandfather of the petitioner as name, and also whether Rahizuddin of the voters list of 2005 and the writ petitioner Rahizuddin are one and the same person. After reason order be passed, then the same count paragraph.
24.
It's a contested case, my lord. The petitioners, my lord, the petitioner is, my lord,
Why everybody starts with the saying contested case? No, I've been noticing it. Every case is started with the line contested case.
some of the case, my lord, has been declared ex parte, my lord. My lord, the petitioner contested the case, my lord.
If it is ex parte, it is very rare.
Yes.
That one you can say ex parte. No, instead of 30 meters, 25 meters, starting with the line contested case. Anyway, yeah. it's-
Here, my lord, the petitioner, my lord, is, my lord, Noor Bano Bibi, my lord. And
Noor
her-
Bano,
Noor Bano.
who is the father?
Her parents, my lord, Shahad Ali and Khatun Bibi, my lord.
Page number
Page number, my lord, 16, my lord, type to
16.
16, my lord. Serial number 580, my lord, Shahad Ali.
6, Sahad Ali is the father,
Yes, my lord.
son of Kasimuddin.
Yes, my lord. Khatun Bibi is, my lord, his her mother, my lord.
Khatun Bibi is the mother.
Father, my lord. Thereafter, my lord, is.
Village is Madhu
Madhu
Holmari. Madhu Holmari, Goripur. Okay.
Madhusan,
And which document will show?
under Gauripur constituency,
Nur
my lord,
Bhanu is
in
the
Dhubri
daughter.
district, my lord.
Hmm?
In Dhubri district, my lord, under Gauripur LSC, my lord. Thereafter, my lord, 70 voter list, my lord, which is at base, my lord.
No, which document will show that Nur Bhanu is the daughter of Sahad?
In 89 voter list, my lord,
Page number,
page number, my lord, 20, my lord.
page number 20.
20, relevant portion is at page, my lord, 21, my lord. 666, serial number 666, Noor Bano Bibi, the present petitioner. 661, Shahad Ali, her father.
Acha, Nur Bhanu Bibi and Sahad. This is of 2000, 1989. Yes, Mr.
This, only this.
Where is your reference order notice?
Page 53, my lord.
Page 23.
Yes, my lord. That's my lord.
Page 23 looks like some either Jawabandi or Kavinnama possibly.
Oh, Kabinnama is, my lord,
No, page 23. Where is that notice?
notice, my lord, is at page, my lord. Notice is at page, my lord, page 34, my lord,
34.
page 34.
How do you know that Nur Banu Bibi, wife of Atwar Mullah of South College Nagar, and Nur Banu Bibi of page 21, they are the same person? How do you know?
My lord, in Kabinnama, my lord, the petitioner's name as well as her father's name has been.
Kabinnama.
Yes, my lord. Yes.
Where is the Kabinnama? Page 20,
Kabinnama is at page, my lord,
23, I think.
22, my lord. Type put in, my lord.
But this one, Nur Banu, is a daughter of Satoli Sheikh.
Satoli Sheikh, my lord, actually, my lord,
Satoli-
Shahad Ali, my lord.
No, that actually is a difficult statement.
Yes.
Only your statement.
Yes, my lord.
Actually, maybe actually, it may not be actually also.
The legal.
How do we conclude?
Actually, we are in the vernacular copy, my lord.
Hmm.
Ineligible, my lord, actually, my lord.
Satolli Sheikh, resident of College Road, PS College Road District, Dhubri. Resident of College Road, Post Office College Road, PS College Road. What is this? District Dhubri.
Yes, my lord.
How can everything be College Road?
It has been, my lord, issued in 1996, my lord.
I think something wrong. Check up. Mr. Islam, I was thinking of declaring you to be a citizen. That's why I'm looking into this thing. But now this is showing some doubt.
Her younger brother, my lord, he also, my lord, appeared before the.
How do you know he is the younger brother?
Ajibur Rahman, my lord.
See, in these
Yes.
proceedings, there's
Yes.
no value of the words like younger brother, father, etc. Unless you show that that man is the younger brother. Merely by claiming X is my younger brother is may not be sufficient. Hmm.
And take by instruction, my lord.
Had your Kabinnama been more appropriate, Nurbanu Bibi, daughter of Said Ali, actually in my mind I was thinking of not sending back but declare it here itself.
In 89 Bhutan news, my lord.
Hmm.
1989, it was also, my lord, exhibited.
Because we are quite sure that Nurbanu Bibi of that page 21 is an Indian citizen.
Yes,
No doubt about that.
yes.
But how will you show that the writ petitioner Nurbanu and that Nurbanu is the same person? Because the notice is different.
Notice
So we try to look at the notice. If the
Yes,
notice
but-
had contained the same name, then maybe yes.
her husband's address is there.
Understand. So through the husband in another village, we don't know. It may be a different person, it may be the same person. The petitioner, you see if you have anything, the petitioner to produce any relevant material as may be available to show that Nurbanu Bibi of the voters list of 1989 of village Modhu Solmari part 2 available at page 21 of the writ petition, and Nurbanu Bibi, the writ petitioner, are one and the same person. Just after 2 weeks.
25.
Lordship, petitioner's parents, your lordship will find at annexure A, page 19, my lord. Page 19.
Basana Dotto, who is the father?
Nishikanto Raut is the father,
Page number
page number 19,
19.
page 65, 1965 voter list, my lord,
Nishikanto Raut
Raut.
is the father.
father,
65. Village Kharija Paikan,
Khalija Paikal,
Gwalpara.
Mukhia.
Josna Rai Raut, mother.
Yes.
And which document will show that Basana is the daughter of Nishikanto Raut?
My lord, their husband and wife, my lord. Basana, my lord.
Sorry.
My lord, they-
Basana Dotto,
Basana Datta, after marriage, she has married one Krishna Datta. After
let her
marriage,
get
yes,
married. We are not concerned with that.
yes, my lord.
Which document will show that Basana Dotto is the daughter of Nishikanto Rao?
Lordship may kindly come to page 43, my lord.
Page 43.
This is the document which was exhibited as Exhibit C, my lord, before that learned trial court below. But the same was discarded only on the ground that this was not put by the issuing authority, my lord.
There it was rightly rejected.
Because I have exhibited it,
It was not only rightly rejected, we are also going to reject it.
but that has been countersigned by video, my lord.
Countersigning a video will not improve the credibility of a document.
Yes, my lord.
From where did the secretary Bhoirabendra Kumar Das came to know about all these facts?
My lord, if he is called upon before the court
Who
below,
will call upon? You call him, or why
Yes.
should others call him?
before the,
You file. The petitioner to file an affidavit from the Gaon Panchayat Secretary Sri Bhoirabendra Kumar Das of Krishnai Gaon Panchayat as to what is the source of his information to issue the certificate at page 43 of the writ petition that Basana Raut is the daughter of Nishikanta Raut and Josna Raut of village Kharija Paikan. Just after 2 weeks. for their deliveries.
Here in case
Hussein Ali,
26 minute.
26.
He has father name is there in 1966-70.
Hmm.
One village, that is village Makonia. And the other
Village
Makonia, my lord.
Kurobaha, page 26 is village Kurobaha.
Subsequently, my lord, the petitioner was shifted to that village. That is Kurubaha, where his name appeared in the voter list. And Gaubura of that village will deposed in the court where this is the person I know.
Gabura, which village?
Subsequent village. Earlier village did not. So my
Mr. Rosid. Suppose today you come and become my neighbor.
Right.
From today, for the next 7 days, what you have done, I can give evidence. Mr. Rosid had his breakfast at 8 o'clock. He did this, he did that. I know because you are my neighbor, I keep on saying your house. From where you have come from, what you did earlier, how can I give evidence?
exactly you last right.
Unless I have specific knowledge of from where Mr. Rosid has come, where he was earlier living, what he did. So this is the principle we are applying.
So with that, I'll file an affidavit from that person, from the shop earlier Gaubura, my lord. So that
Earlier Gambura may be knowing.
earlier of
Suppose
office-
today, from today you are my neighbor, before, prior to it, you are Mr. Sharma's neighbor. Mr. Sharma can give evidence what Mr. Rosid was doing before he became my neighbor.
Right.
But I cannot give that evidence, what you did earlier.
No, the reason I'm trying to obtain certificate from Mr. Sharma's.
Yeah, you bring the evidence of Mr. Sharma now.
So that might.
You want some time.
I'll file it.
The petitioner seeks for an adjournment to provide any material or evidence from the Gambura of the earlier village where the petitioner claims to have resided.
3 weeks.
And you produce the voters list also. Election Commission may produce the upward and downward voter list of the 2 villages.
27.
May I please, Worship. Worship, the father of the petitioner is Saban Ali Lothin, and the grandfather's name appeared in the voter list of 1966, page 31. Worship. Page 31, Lordship.
Asiruddin, grandfather.
Grandfather.
Now, who is the father?
Father is Lordship, Saban Ali, page 37, Lordship.
37. Then after that.
Lordship, page 41, 2014 voter list, Saban Ali. And his
No, where did the name of Saban Ali and petitioner appear together?
Lordship, the
Because
Gambura's
Saban Ali, being the son of Asiruddin, can claim that he is a citizen.
Lordship,
But
Anwar,
which document will show that the petitioner is the son of Saban Ali?
Lordship, the petitioner is Anwara Begum, Lordship. Anwara
Okay.
Begum is the daughter of Saban.
Maybe daughter, maybe son, but which document will show?
Lordship. Page 29, Lordship. Gaubara certificate, Lordship.
From where the Gambura came to know about it?
Lordship.
To issue a certificate, the person must have knowledge about the fact. From where he came to know? Suppose today Mr. Sharma is a Gambura. What's your name, please? Your
And
name?
Hawk Lordship.
N.
And Hawk Lordship.
Hawk.
Lordship.
He gives a certificate that Mr. Hawk is the son of Mukesh Ambani. Suppose he gives it.
Lordship.
Will you become the son of Mukesh Ambani? No. You may be a son of Mr. Mukesh Ambani, but then Mr. Sharma will have to prove from where he came to know about it.
Lordship.
If he can prove the source of his knowledge, then this is a good certificate.
Lordship.
But otherwise, merely because one man issues a certificate, a fact will not come into existence.
Gaubura is examined, Lordship.
What does he say?
Lordship,
Which page?
Page 55, Lordship.
Page 55. I am the government Gaubura. He is 65 years of Dotial Bari, Sukoltali, and Sinimari. So he claims personal knowledge.
Lordship, father is also examined.
Yes. Father is examined.
Lordship.
Where is the evidence of father?
Lordship, 58, Lordship.
58.
Page 58.
Father is Saban Ali.
Saban Ali.
Nasiruddin. Yes, sir. Was the father cross-examined?
No, no, no.
No. Was he cross-examined?
No, Lord.
Send it back, Lord.
You want to cross-examine? What did you?
Gaubura also Lord.
We want to cross examine the Gaubura also, Lord.
Your name? What you said just now?
N. Hawk, Lordship.
N. Hawk.
Lordship.
Heard Mr. N. Hawk, then counsel for the petition. More receive over change for one. Call the next person. Four. Okay, you take down this one with the. Heard Mr. The petitioner Anwara Begum had been referred to the. নালাগে নেকি এইটো পিছত এনেও অলপ আহিব এতিয়া এইটো পিছত অলপ পিছত উঠিমেই এইটোতো টেমে লৈ ল'ব তাৰপিছত refer to the foreigners tribunal number tribunal নাম চামে নাই চোন foreigners tribunal number 5 Morigaon for rendering an opinion as to whether she is a person who entered the state of Assam on or after 25/3/1971, resulting in registration of case number FT-D564/2016, new number corresponding to FTD-232/2012, old number. The tribunal rendered an opinion dated 35/2017 declaring the petitioner to be a foreigner. Before the writ proceeding, the petitioner relies on the voters list of 1965 of village Dotialbori, police station Lahorighat, Moza Moirabari in the Nagaon district, which contains the name of Asiruddin, son of Umed Ali at serial 97, and Surabjan, wife of Asiruddin at serial 98. It is claimed that Asiruddin is the grandfather and Surabjan is the grandmother of the petitioner. Petitioner also relies on the voters list of 19 85 of village Dotial Bori, which contains a name of Sorobjan Nesa, wife of Asiruddin, and Saban Ali, son of Asiruddin, at serial number 408 and 409 respectively, and both are shown to be residing in the same house number 452. In order to establish that the petitioner is the daughter of Saban Ali, did Saban Ali, son of Asiruddin of Village Dotialbari, himself examined as DW3 and had stated that the petitioner Anwara Begum is his daughter, who was married to Abdul Awal of the same village in the year 1990-91, and that the name of the mother is Sukur Jan. Full stop. The Gaubura of Dotialwari village was also examined as DW2, who is Rafiqul Islam, aged about 65 years, and have stated in his evidence that he is the government Gaubura and he knows the opposite party, Anwara Begum, and that the Anwara Begum was born at village Dotialwari and the name of her father is Saban Ali. Neither the Gaubura nor neither the DW3 Gaubura nor DW2 Gaubura nor the DW3 Saban Ali was cross-examined by the state authorities. In the absence of cross-examination, based upon the evidence that already been rendered, petitioner may have established that she is a citizen of India in as much as she could substantiate that Saban Ali of the village Dotialwari is her father. The second one remanded back to the tribunal to enable the state authorities to cross-examine DW2 Namtu Didiwa, Gamura of Dotialwari village, and DW3 Saban Ali, who is claimed to be father of the petitioner. The respondents may also make further verification if so advised. Petitioner also may produce any further material if so advised. Upon doing the needful, reason order be passed. Just the same.
Lordship, may I mention one thing. The age of Gaubura is not recorded by the Learned Tribunal, Lordship. It is, no.
No, one that I have read, it shows 65 years.
Lordship, that is my mistake, Lordship. Please.
It's a mistake.
Lordship.
Okay. Very fair of you to say
Lordship.
that. Okay, age to likhe bana lage. Continue.
Obliged.
You also.
Obliged.
That's a good gesture on your part, Mr. Hong. Very thank you. You want to take there. Rest will continue. We'll give some date because Lordship has a single bench also. Take some dates already. It'll be fixed very soon, within a week or two.